Hello, welcome to the Bullshit with the Boys podcast. This is Logan, Floyd, and my two friends are here. Introduce yourselves.
Gavin.
Khalid.
Alright, let's just bullshit. How are you guys doing today?
Bro, it's just flipped a coin.
Flipping a coin.
I'm good. You know, I was kind of
It's been a 3-hour process setting this up.
setting up these fucking microphones.
Well, before we had this
and then we
piece
had
of
the
shit.
omnidirectional fucking stupid. All right, Logan. So, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Not a whole lot going on. I've been kind of just been lazy recently, just laying down, watching movies and stuff. Catching up on stuff.
Recovering from being out till 6 in the fucking morning.
We gotta talk about that.
Dude, that was horrible. What movies have you been watching recently?
Recently, I've been going through my Blu-rays and just watching movies I've never seen.
Did you ever watch Whiplash?
I've been meaning to.
Oh
Paul's
my
been
God,
meaning for
you
me to watch
love
that movie.
Whiplash, bro.
He
You
said
s-
he would watch it last time I
know.
brought it up.
Next
But,
time we do the podcast,
okay.
I will watch Whiplash by then.
Okay, let me watch Whiplash because you really love that movie.
It's
Like,
my favorite movie of all time.
There is no way that. What is the Whiplash?
Is it on a streaming service?
I watched it on my phone. So-
What did you use to watch it on your phone?
What? 1, 2, 3. I used Soap Today, but Soap Today got shut down, sadly.
Bro,
Yeah, I
don't
read
act
about
like
that.
you were not just about to say 1, 2, 3 movies.
I was.
Okay,
I
then.
was.
I remember it was on
1, 2, 3
Prime
movies
last
was the
time I
GOAT
looked
back
it up.
then, okay?
It's still the GOAT. Actually,
It's
no,
still
because
up?
I haven't been on it for a while. So
It's
I'm
not.
pretty sure
It's not on any streaming service. Guys, okay, we can talk about this on here though. My parents just messaged me if they can go to dinner themselves, and we'll figure out our own thing. Alright, that works. Does that work?
For what?
For food.
Sorry, you guys have to listen to this, but for food later after we record. Because my parents, they'll do their own thing, and we'll just figure out our.
So us
Thing.
three will go get food?
We'll go get something, yeah, later
Okay.
after. Alright, we just mentioned that works. Alright, so any movie suggestions, real quick, I should watch?
Inter-fucking-stellar.
Facts! One of the highest rated movies
Watch
of
the
all
movie,
time.
Logan!
One of the highest rated movies of all time, and you still have not
How are
seen
you
it.
a movie review channel, or like just in general, and just has not watched Interstellar?
It's on Prime.
What's the thing?
It's on Prime. I'll have to watch it.
hurt.
You got 2
Watch
movies.
it before, what's that movie coming out, from him?
Oppenheimer?
Shit.
Oh, I can't wait for Oppenheimer.
I
That was
can't
it, yeah,
fucking
Oppenheimer,
wait
that's
for
it.
Oppenheimer,
I can't
man.
People are saying it's a horror movie.
It
That's
is.
what I've heard.
Well, I saw someone on TikTok. He said he watched a early access cut to it. It's about 3.5 hours long.
An early access cut?
It's
3.5?
it's 3 hours and 32 minutes.
Damn.
But he said that shit physically left him like disgusted because it's such a detailed and gruesome movie about how they did it. Like he said it was like disgusted not because of how the quality of the movie. He said it was such a good movie, but like it was so accurate. He was just what's the fucking word? I can't remember, but he was just stunned. Like he walked out that theater in tears because of how crazy that fucking movie was. I cannot wait to see this movie.
I heard they launched an actual bomb.
I heard about that too. Yeah, they lost an actual atomic
They
bomb.
blew up not an actual atomic
What was
bomb,
an actual atomic bomb?
but he because Christopher Nolan does not like CGI,
Oh, yeah.
and
So let me just grab a nuke.
Just go grab
so
the bomb.
he built a scale bomb. I think it was like relative to an actual nuke, like a third of the size. Like it was really fucking big.
Damn.
It was really, really big.
I remember for Tenet, I read that he blew up a whole plane. Is that true?
I've seen
That's
the
it?
What?
Yeah,
He-
so
he
he
blew up a whole plane.
bought a Boeing plane, built an airport, blew up the airport by running the plane through the thing because he didn't want to use CGI. He wasted near $1 billion.
He blew up a plane because
He built a private airport hangar, bought a plane, ran the plane through the hangar, and blew it up. Because he didn't want to use CGI. He wanted it all to be...
Bro, so what happens if the
Practical.
first take isn't a good take? He's just like, oh, build another one and crash another plane.
It's
into
probably happened before.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna have to watch more of his movies because that actually.
Tenet is a really good
According to
movie.
Google,
Tenet was
Oppenheimer is exactly 3 hours long.
Exactly.
Okay, so they probably took
So you
it
probably
out.
saw a longer cut of it.
I'm so. When's Oppenheimer? Oh, like the 26th.
July 27th.
The same day as
27th.
Barbie, July 21st.
Oh,
I'm watching
Barbie.
both on the same day.
He's trying to convince me to watch Barbie. He made it sound appeasing.
I'm watching that fucking Barbie movie. I don't
Why
care
are
if
you
I don't care if I'm a
I
19-year-old
told you,
boy.
people are
I'm
really
watching
excited about this.
I'm watching this fucking Barbie
What
movie.
is so good about this Barbie movie? I'm so
Bro,
confused.
it don't matter.
What do you mean it doesn't matter?
It's the same as watching, like, I don't know, the fucking Lion King remake.
What?
That does not make it sound
What?
better, Gavin.
I don't. So, like, okay. What's another, like, popular kids toy from when we were kids?
Popular kids toy.
From when we were kids? Oh, shit.
Bro, the only toy I can think of when we were kids are like McDonald's toys. Like when you'd go to the fucking.
Which were all licensed anyway, so it wouldn't be
Fuck.
I remember calling
Ninjago? That's what I used to
Well,
think.
there's already fucking.
I know.
Ninjago
I never saw it. I refuse to see
It's the same as the Lego movie.
Yo, does anybody remember Bionics?
it. Bionicle?
Yeah, Bionics.
Bionicle?
Bro.
What's
Whatever happened to those things? They had like movies.
The straight to DVD ones, right?
What's the that one Lego spin-off where it's like intricate pieces, fucking like hex bricks or some shit?
Wait, what?
Man, now I gotta Google.
Oh,
Hex
Playmobil?
No.
Playmobil? What?
That's a real thing, Khalid.
I am learning so much right
They
now.
made a Playmobil movie with the girl from Split and Glass, that woman.
Really?
Yeah, nobody saw it. I never
No-
saw it.
nobody
I never
watched
saw it. I never saw it. I remember when it came out, they wanted people to see it so badly and it was going to bomb that it was like $5 tickets to see a new movie.
Oh my God.
That's how you know
Oh
it's
my
bad.
God. Oh, look at him looking.
Connects.
What?
Connects?
Show
I
me a
remember
picture.
that now. I
Show me a
remember that.
picture.
This shit. KNEX.
Oh, these things.
Let me see.
Bro, we had that.
I remember that.
So like, imagine if like someone made a movie based off this shit.
It would
That's
just
the
be, it would
Barbie
just be a
movie.
poor man's Lego movie.
Yeah?
Because the
Okay.
Lego movie is actually amazing in any
The
time
first,
they-
the first Lego
the
movie.
first Lego movie is really good.
I can't believe I'm
I've
talking
never
about
The
seen
it.
the
first,
second Lego
the
movie.
second one's not horrible. It's alright.
I've never seen.
Nowhere
the
near
second
as good as the
one.
Bro,
first
Jesse fucking despises the second one.
I despised it the first time I saw it, and the second time I saw it, I was like, it was alright. It's
No.
nowhere near as good as the first one is. The first one is probably in my top like 5 animated movies of all time.
I don't know.
The
if
first one
anybody
is so
knows
good.
this. I don't know if anybody knows this, but the Lego movie has a novel. Like,
Yeah.
the
I read
original-
that novel.
I read that novel as
I
well.
read it in elementary school.
Oh my god. Is that how long ago the Lego movie was?
Lego
2014.
movie came out when we were in like 6th grade.
No, even before then. 2014, February. We were in.
2014.
So what's 2023
Fourth grade,
now?
fourth grade.
Sophomores, college.
I was
Fourth
in
grade.
Fourth grade.
I was in 4th grade. I remember being in Fountain Woods talking to people about it. Like, oh
Actually,
man, that Lego
no,
movie is
he's-
so good.
He's right, because he's right.
Yo,
Yeah.
you didn't go to Fountain Woods.
Try
right?
talking to the mic also. It's the same.
But you went to Fountain Woods.
Yes.
You remember them yearly things we did where it was a theme, and one of them was
Yes.
like superpowers. The other one was like Disney. Another one was like fucking I don't remember what the third one was, but like each year, instead of having like an 8th grade dance, how we had a dance, and then for high school we had proms and homecoming, we had every year the class presidents, like 5th grade class, 6th grade class, and 8th grade, and 7th and 8th grade class. No, not that's middle school. Like
Oh.
fucking like 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th. All 4 classes would like vote on a topic. And I remember one year it was like gummy bears or some shit.
I don't remember
And
this.
then like we would all conjoin in the fucking like after school in the gym and just have fun. It was just one big ass recess session. With,
Oh,
like,
are you talking
decorations
about
and
like
shit.
when, like I remember like I got my hand painted.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that now. I had one where
I got a fucking Minecraft
a friend of
paint on my
mine-
arm. Shit
a
was
friend
tough.
of mine, my friend of mine was an Eagles fan, and because my dad's a Redskins fan, I kind of grew up that way. And literally, he got one that said, "Go Eagles," and I think I got one that said, "Go Redskins," but they wouldn't let me write They wouldn't write Redskins on it.
Oh,
I remember that. I remember that.
The whole controversy back then.
I didn't even think that was a controversy then. I remember that was more recently.
No,
That
that
was-
was
that was the thing then?
back then.
Was
That
the
was
thing then?
that was a while ago.
All right.
I mean, if you went there for the intention of having a football team, then I don't see why they wouldn't put it on your arm.
Well, no. Do you know the whole Redskins controversy? Yeah. So
Everyone knows that.
that's why.
But I don't. Was that far back?
That's what I was thinking. I was like, I don't
It
know
was
if that far back.
it really sparked like a couple years ago, but it's been a thing for like 10 years.
All right, Logan, is this where you want to segue into
Section 2.
Yeah, we've been going on
the
for like
Kevin
10
Smith
minutes.
event?
Okay. So, yep. All right, so me and Khalid, you can chime in, like, just like, all right, what was that like? What was that like? So, on...
You realizing you have yellow socks on. Those are movie socks, yo.
Those are movie songs.
All right, so how are we going to start this? All right, so basically to start the story off for the people listening who don't know, me, Khalid, and kind of Gavin, he's not as big of a fan as me and Khalid are, though. Which one of the
I've
movies
seen
do you
every
like?
movie.
But you're not as big of a fan
you
as
were
we are,
literally
though.
hating on every movie other than like Chasing Amy.
Cat. I enjoyed every movie.
Bro, don't make me come up with the other stuff.
The only movie I did not enjoy were the Jay and Silent Bob ones. Like the exclusive Jay and Silent Bob.
I agree with that.
Okay, that's fair.
I agree with that. Okay, so me, Khalid, and Gavin now are all Kevin Smith like View Askew fans. I guess Gavin's more of a casual fan. Me and you have gone deeper though.
It's the first time I've ever been called a casual.
I'm gonna call you casual so much more after this.
All right, so I had met Smith before at a when he reopened his comic book store in Red Bank. He was there for like the grand opening, and I met him and Jay. So basically, if you guys don't know, there's a bunch of movies. They refer to them as the View Askew Askewniverse, where it's 8 movies from 1994 to last year with Clerks 3 that I know them in order. I'll just list them. The first Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, my personal favorite. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Clerks 2, Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, and Clerks 3. Those are the 8 movies. I became a fan of them because when I was writing my first movie, I was looking at movies like people said, oh, you got to watch this if you're aspiring filmmaker, and Clerks was one of the main ones that came up because of how it was basically shot near where I live in New Jersey. It's like an hour from my house. And are you literally shaking the Thanos?
Yeah.
Put the fucking thing down. Let me explain his story.
Alright, so basically, I learned about that movie and I was like, I gotta watch it because it came from... And it was a movie the first time I saw it, the first Clerks. I didn't know what to think about it because, it's all in black and white, it's just a bunch of people talking. And I liked it, but I didn't love it. And I watched all the other movies after that. Oddly enough, the first one I liked... The first time I watched all the movies, the one I liked the most was Chasing Amy. By this time, Clerks 3 wasn't out yet. The first time I watched all of them. Chasing Amy was the one I liked the most the first time. Movie where, in hindsight, Ben Affleck just gets a lesbian to fall for him. Like, let's just that's what the movie's basically just about. Dog was my favorite now, which is a movie about more religious, like a satire. But it wasn't the first time I saw it. I was kind of iffy, like the first time I saw it. But it is a movie that I've grown to like more and more, and it's now my favorite. It's probably one of my favorite movies now. I've seen it pretty often. But Clerks is always holds a special place in my heart, the first one, because of the way it was made. And when I was making the movie, I was like, wow, people actually made a movie that cost like $20,000, shot it in a store overnight, and after me and you went there...
It cost that much.
After me and you went there, like, that store is like fucking small. It is, So I had been to the store where the movie was shot a few times, Quick Stop. I went there once to see Clerks 3 early, and I went inside briefly because I saw the movie at a test screen a few months before it came out, probably like 9 months, and it was in a building right next to that place where the movie was shot. And I also went there once and I just took a picture outside. My grandparents wanted to take me somewhere, so I drove to his comic book store, and on the way was the Quick Stop, and I stopped by there and got a picture in front of it. But last Saturday, I messaged you, Khalid, because I was talking like we should do like some like Kevin Smith live event, and you had never seen the Clerks animated series.
No, I didn't.
You had never seen it, and I was like, it would be a cool way to watch it if we saw it live during this thing. I was like, you want to go? Like, yeah, sure. We tried to get you to go. We didn't get a ticket in time, right, Gavin?
No, I wasn't able to take off work.
Oh, you weren't able to take off work? So me and Khalid got it. So me and you drove to his theater, Smod Castle Cinemas. On the way down there, though, we stopped by Quick Stop and in Leonardo, which is where the movie was shot. We got some pictures. What was your experience there, Khalid? I'll explain mine after because I've experienced there already.
My experience was about to call out of work.
Oh, yeah, you want to go? The Quick Stop, honestly, it was surreal and really trippy because obviously, like, you don't actually, like I've never been onto, like, a movie set thinking about it. So being in an area where a movie was recorded, it was kind of strange. Walking up, like I didn't. You were talking about the sign up there that said "Quick Stop," and I didn't actually see that until we actually parked the car, and I was like, "Oh, that's what he was talking about."
Because it's like a little like it's like in the crack of a. It's like it's barely. It's like in a neighborhood.
Dude, like right across from it was like some average house back there. And I
It's
was
crazy.
Like,
It's
what?
like it's in a neighborhood.
It is.
Imagine
it is.
living across from a place where like 3 heavy hitter movies were filmed.
I was literally telling him, I wonder how many people go to this place not even knowing the movies. They just come to shop.
I think barely. I think that most of the people. I had been there actually the day before to scout out, like I told you. So I'd been there. Claude, the 2 people there. The only other 2 people there. I was like, are these people fans? I'm like thinking. Literally, somebody goes, I'm not even supposed to be here. So I'm like, oh well, there you go. He's seen the movie.
You know, I wanted to try the coffee they had in the Quick Stop.
Just because they put the coffee
Like, it
machine in
was
every
coffee
movie.
fiend. I am a coffee fiend. You got a problem? Damn.
You're also now a fucking buttered roll fiend.
Bro. Oh my god.
Kevin again, Mike closer.
Dude, the buttered roll at Quick Stop, I'm telling you, it was so good. It had no right to be. I was so shocked. I wanted another one.
You should have bought another one.
There was like one there was literally just one there.
Oh.
And after I had it already, we were already gone.
Tell the underpaid employee, make me more.
Dude, the employee did look underpaid. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm not even gonna lie. He looks so sick of it.
It's that fucking convenience store, man.
Dude,
No matter what convenience store you work in, unless you live in fucking California.
What's with California?
California has a bunch of rich people.
Oh.
So they gonna walk into that fucking convenience store, be like, let me get 2 number 9s.
I knew you were gonna do it. We literally just learned how to say that, like 10 minutes
I
ago.
remember we just literally just stood in there for like 30 minutes. And we're just like, this is trippy. Because it's so freaking small. It's like, I'm like, how did they make a movie here? The first one, okay, because they only had a camera, a director of photography, director, and a few actors. Like, you didn't really have that much equipment with, a boom mic taped to a hockey stick. That's about it.
You think everyone in that movie was an actor? You think they didn't just film random?
Oh no, yeah, they filmed random people too.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying that like most of the time they just had the 2 actors. They bring in the 2 females every once in a while. Silent Bob and Jay every once in a while, and then like that was it. I mean, yeah, but there just wasn't much equipment. Like Clerks 3, I'd look at pictures and stuff, and like they got a director of photography, they got like crew there, and stuff. I'm like, how do they do that there? It's so small. It's really like it's like a small, like how would you describe it? Like literally, it's in a neighborhood.
Yeah.
Like it's literally,
I don't know.
it's crazy. I still know how you can
Average
make a movie there.
CVS maybe like because CVSs are sometimes huge.
You know, after seeing the store, I thought maybe Dante and Randall
Dante and Randall.
would be like...
Dante and Rondo.
my vocabulary doesn't matter. The point is, seeing how small the store is, I thought the actors might actually be a lot shorter than portrayed. Until you see them and they're like, Dr. Disrespect. I didn't know
You're
there were
also short as
giants
shit.
around. Okay, well, fuck you.
Hey, but I was blessed. What can I say?
Okay, all right.
I'll never forget.
Blessed with a
I
tall
always bring
body
it. I
and
always
dumbass
bring it up.
mind.
We used to be the same height.
Shut the fuck, bro. You really wanna
I
do
love
this?
bringing it up.
I
In
don't
middle
care.
school,
I don't care. I
we
don't
really
care.
used to be
I
the
do not
same
care.
height.
Logan, proceed with your fucking
Okay.
shit before I fucking punch you.
Okay, yeah, we got a picture there. You got the milk picture too, right? Didn't
I
you
did
do
get the
one?
mug picture.
Because in the movie, just so you know, there's a scene in the movie for the audiences who don't know where a woman's going through the milk in the back, and she's looking at the expiration dates, and like she's trying to figure out which milk didn't expire, like which one's not expiring, and so we basically just took a bunch of milk, put them on the floor, and then looked at the expiration dates, and took a picture like that. There's really not much else though. I will say the guy who, what's going on?
He wants water. It's fucking
I'm trying to
thirsty.
crawl under the table so I don't bang into it.
Claude, just go grab water because I don't know if
I'm
he's
not
gonna
forcing
do
him to grab a fucking water.
I'll just finish the story.
what you were doing. All right, finish the story.
So yeah, there's one guy there, the guy working there. He wore a I was like, because even the guy who was working, I'm like, is this guy a fan of the movies too? Because he's literally wearing, if I recall correctly, I was gonna ask Khalid if I was right on this, but I'll call Khalid from here. Khalid, the guy working there, he wore a Metallica shirt, right? Am I correct on that? I don't remember.
The guy working there?
The guy working there, yeah.
I'm not
I
sure.
think he
I don't
did.
think. I don't think. I was...
So, because it just seems like if he looked like somebody who could be a fan. So I was like, even this guy may be a fan. I don't know. But and then we ran into a guy. We made a small friend.
we made two small.
We made two small friends. And what was that guy? That guy was like at least 40. Like that dude was like twice our age.
Damn.
He was the one who was offering the free ticket.
Like I said, bro, if you had really gotten that free ticket, I would have went to my boss and said, I'm leaving work.
It was an hour drive.
Doesn't matter.
It was an hour drive.
If it would stop y'all from calling me a casual, then I would have fucking showed up.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so we packed up. We got a picture in front. We packed up. We left. We drove down to the cinema, which was about 5 minutes. It was really like you turned down. You made was it a right? You just kept on driving down. You went further down. You went to the very end.
Bro, the fucking
drove down a little
parking.
bit. Then you were there.
Did you go to the funeral home?
I wanted to. I literally remembered that right after we.
I didn't even know it was an option, Logan.
I forgot that was there. I saw. Clay, you wanna know how I found out? Somebody who went there to the show 2 posted a picture of them at the funeral house. I was like, "Fuck, we could have done that."
Dude, yeah, you know how hard it was to park, bro. I'm telling
At the quick stop?
No, the
No.
quick stop was pretty easy. Just to find a parking spot
For
to
the
go
theater.
into the theater.
Oh yeah, because it's street parking, right?
Oh my god, no, it wasn't. Like, I wish it was just as easy as parking on the street.
Well,
the
no,
whole
because,
road
like-
was taken up.
I mean, like, there wasn't a parking lot. You had, because it's in the city, right?
No, we had to find a parking lot. Like, we ended up parking in a parking lot, but it was like there was like all the other parking spots were like you have 15 minutes to park here before you get fucking towed. Like those.
There weren't tolls?
No, it was tolls. I was just saying that as like to me. Like,
No, I'm not talking about bridge tolls. I mean, like, put a quarter in, you get 30 minutes type shit.
Oh no, I wish, but dude, it was like Logan had to run out of my car and run down to the movie theater, ask them where we could park, and then they were like, "Oh, you should be fine parking." In
Oh,
this
you
area."
drove?
Yeah. And there was one parking spot left that we ended up taking, and it's funny.
And then a
because-
mother and 3 kids was like, please.
Dude, I was just about to say, when I left the theater, like when I got into the theater after like the line was over, I went out to the car to put there to get my Kindle because like the shit wasn't starting, and I was like, okay, let me just read while I was here. And literally, as I'm in the car, some mom pulls up, rolls down her window, and looks at me and it says, "You're not like backing out, are you?" And I was like, "No, I'm not." She was like, "Oh, okay," and then she drove off. Completely forgot about that.
A pregnant mom who can't
we're
walk
talking-
anymore.
Don't add to the story. Don't add to the story. Make me feel fucking bad. You've never
Me and you we got to the line, literally, right when we got there. What was the line? Probably like, it was starting to go outside the theater. Outside, there's probably maybe like 10, 15 people. When we got there, we got in line. I'm not joking. 5 minutes after we got in line, we got in line at the perfect time. It went all the way down like 5 or 6 stores away.
Dude, it was. I remember sitting here with Logan, right? Like the guys come back behind us, and I'm like, oh, okay, new people. And then like I'm talking to Logan, like 2 minutes later, I turn back, and it just stretches all the way down.
What?
Yes, and I was like, dude, there's so many people. And then he looks off, and he's like,
See,
oh,
I would have been the person who did the same shit I did for the Avatar ride.
I knew you were wrong.
Where, like, after you guys were waiting in line for a half hour and my ass was still asleep in the hotel room, I got
pissed
out,
me off.
went on the bus, walked over, found you in this line after walking past about 1,000 people, and was just, hey, yo, what's up?
Bro cut in front of like 2,000 people and just stood in our line.
Wait,
like,
for Avatar?
Yeah.
At Disney.
At Disney.
Okay, have I ever
it
told
was
you-
it was like a 3-hour wait for us. Like,
Okay.
we waited like 2.5, maybe 3 hours, and there was still about 500-600 people behind us, and I just casually walked by, looking throughout the entire line until I found these motherfuckers.
Have I ever told you the Avatar story with me and a certain individual who I won't say his name? I'm not going to say.
Short motherfucker. Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, I know the
okay.
story. I know.
Okay,
the
we
story,
don't
I
have to
know
talk
the
about it
story, I
then.
know the
You want to talk about it?
I mean, you can elaborate. Try
Facts.
to keep it
All right,
hidden.
so I won't discuss this individual's name, but somebody I roomed with. We were in
He was a
line.
menace on that trip. I'm sorry.
Bro, I would hear like their Snapchat, and they'd be like arguing. I'd be like, "What's happening over there?"
So yeah, me and this individual were on the line for Avatar, and I told my group, I was like, listen, and then we'll get back to the Clerks story. I was like, listen, we're right now it's 2 hours to get on. It was originally like 3. It said the wait line's 2 hours. It's a short, actually, an hour and 55 minutes, 115 minutes. I was like, let's just get on. It's not going to get lower than this. We got in line, and I said it was 115 minutes. I said it on the freaking board, and I was like, all right, we're going to wait. If you guys don't want to go on, you don't have to go on, but I'm going to go on. If you guys want to go somewhere else, that's fine. But if you want to go on, you come on. They all agreed we would go on. It's not like I didn't give them an option. And so we're waiting in line. 2 hours go by, we're not on the ride. There's still a little bit of a line. The person came down, the person who worked there came down and said, sorry, we can't, something's wrong with the ride. I think it was a malfunction. It's going to take at least another 2 hours. And this certain individual who I was with got so pissed off at me. He was like, you made us wait in line for all this. And I'm like,
I would have sat my ass in that fucking line and been
okay,
petty for the next 2 hours.
I was just dealing with him because I know this is how this individual is. But then there was one thing he said that pissed me off so much. He said, we could have gotten in line when it said 115 minutes. You made us get in line when it said 3 hours.
So
I'm thinking like that's when we got in line. We literally got in line right when it said 115 minutes. And he was just blaming me. I'm like, all right, bro, that's it. And for what I'm told from other friends, what I'm told from other friends of mine, I threw the first punch. I believe them because it happened. I didn't think I threw it, but it happened so fastly that I probably didn't. I just don't remember. So I was told I'd throw the first punch. I think he may have tried to throw one, then he just left. He's like, "Fucking, I'm out. Fuck you," and then he left.
I was about to say his name.
I'm not joking. Literally, 5 minutes after he left, the line started moving again. We were on in the next 10 minutes.
Well, that's a great story. That's a great story.
Karma is a fucking bitch.
I want to know how you get so mad you don't remember throwing the first punch. Like, what the fuck?
No, not even that. Didn't he also get in a fight?
No, I was the one who threw the first punch.
Deutsch,
with someone else, yeah.
And then that's the only fight he ever won in his life out of 12.
Wait, he won that fight?
I don't think he won that fight.
No, he
got into a fight with another
ass.
Oh, yeah,
he beat his fucking ass, and then he got banned from Universal.
Just don't say any names.
Got banned from Universal.
They both did?
Yeah, for life.
I had friends who got banned too, and because they were with them.
Who?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're not saying any names stuff.
That's why he got dropped. That's why they don't talk to him anymore.
Oh yeah. And then come college, he comes sliding in with us like, hey yo, and then we're like, get the fuck out! Like,
wait, at our college?
Yeah.
He pulled up to.
You didn't know he was here?
He pulled up to Rowan for the first.
The person you punched.
Oh yeah, I knew he would.
Oh.
He went to Rowan.
I thought you were talking about the person he fought the second time.
No.
Oh, okay.
He's a fucking.
Yeah, he's like 3 hours away.
Yeah, he's somewhere doing his own shit.
Yeah.
But he went to Rowan, and then randomly, I remember one day, he was like, I need to get a job. And then we were clowning on him for not having a job. And then he was like, I also need to get my driver's license. And then we clowned his ass for getting a driver's license, and then he just vanished. Like, we spoke to him for like a week, and then he just disappeared.
No, it's that he would be flexing not having a job. Like, no work experience at his age.
And then he'd be like, it's okay, I have savings. And then I remember one time I asked him, I was like, how much do you have in savings? He's like, $800. I'm like, bro, that's not enough. That's like one paycheck. If even, bro.
That's one good paycheck.
Especially for a fucking college student, that's not even, I'm a broke college student. That is slums.
Alright, so I'll get back to the other story. Right? Okay. We're in line. This is back to the Clerks story. We're in line, and like Khalid said, the line just kept on going and going. And then when we're in line, I'd say it's about 5:45. Well, we saw Dante walk in. Brian O'Halloran. We saw him walking across the street coming in. And were you the one who, was I the one who turned you? He was like, I'm supposed to be here today? And you're like, oh my gosh, shut up.
Yeah.
But yeah, about 5:50, they were like, okay, anybody who's in that Kevin Smith club, get in another line. There was like another line to get in early. I told him, like, I could just stay here because it's not going to really matter anyway, but like, would you be okay if I got in that line and you were here? I'm like, yeah, sure. So I went over to that line. I got in around 6, and you were still in the other line that had to get in later. Because Khalid, I literally could have signed up for the membership right there, because people I heard had signed up for the membership just to get in the other line, and they were able to get in. I meant to message you that.
And this motherfucker was
literally
in the line
did
for
not
like an
tell
hour.
me.
And then literally this whole early meeting, when we were in there, Kevin Smith literally came down and talked to the whole group.
I hate you so much. Gave
Nah,
you a
We
poster
literally
and
sang
all.
"Happy Birthday" to someone, and you literally got to.
I feel like the worst story I would have heard from this was how. I don't know. I know you're gonna bring it up, and I'm probably just gonna jump straight to the end of the thing. But talking about.
Oh, he's talking the auction thing. Okay.
Okay.
I'll wait to bring
We'll
that
talk
up.
then.
But like, some of the shit you told me that happened is so funny.
I love.
The one guy.
I'm talking. No, I'm talking. Oh, not just
The final auction.
No, because the final one was the final one happened after. Like the final one was to get the part in the movie. He's talking about the certain vial Kevin Smith had. The first 15 people.
Oh,
lined
the
up to get.
21 people.
Oh, it was 21.
I think
people.
he brought up to 21. Yeah.
Oh my.
The
gosh.
weed.
Yes.
Okay, all right, we'll get to that.
Fucking
I just remember
Okay.
seeing the one guy like sprint down.
See, I was,
the aisle.
okay. So all right, we'll get to that. We're almost to the auction. I was in line, and then I was in there. Khalid got in at 6:30. I told him, I'd be like, "Come on, you son of a bitch! You should have told me to give you a line."
Yes.
And me and him were just sitting there. Then we made friend number 2.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Fred's kids. We talked to him a good amount actually. But he was sitting next to us. Me and you were talking to him. He had been there before. He had said he lived like 20 minutes from the theater. He said the Secret Stash was his comic book stories. He lives near there. We were talking to him. He had been to the Mallrats show. And so at 7:30,
How
it
old
was
was
7
he?
o'clock. We asked him.
He went to a mall
He was
rats
15.
showing.
Yeah, with it was Kevin Smith and Jason Lee. Oh, we're there.
My immediate reaction to Mallrats showing was 30 years ago when that shit came out.
No.
They like
They did another one earlier this year with like the guy who played Rhodey, who was in Incredibles: The Syndrome. That guy, he was there.
Like they're doing a Dogma showing.
They're doing a Dogma show in 12th, November 12th. Yeah, because that's when the movie.
I guess we're there.
They did an All Saints Day screening.
Because then maybe I'll get my fucking Snoogans beat.
Yo.
Oh wait, let's see what. I think I looked up. It's a Sunday.
Oh, the
November
event?
12th?
November
That
12th.
sucks.
That's a day before my birthday. I don't know.
That's your birthday gift. I'll
Let's
buy
see.
you the ticket.
Let's see,
Yeah?
November 12th. Yeah, it's a Sunday. Hopefully, it doesn't go on as late. Better not. Better not.
We're gonna be there at 4 in the morning again.
Monday.
I'm going to be one of those people in the auction then.
Dude,
$6,000!
Okay, so yeah, we were there.
You're like,
no,
this one's going to be the star in Clerks 4. You're going to be the main role.
I can't remember how much it was exactly, but I remember during the auction, some guy screamed like $200, and someone screams like 209 cents, and Kevin Smith just like stops what he's doing and is like, "No."
So yeah, we're there. It gets to 7
That's
o'clock.
probably how much he had in his bank account.
All right, we'll get to that. So it's already 7 o'clock, and I'm like, it's starting a little bit. I told Clint, I'm like, there's supposed to be an auction. It's like, they better not do the auction.
Oh
Just
my
get right into the
God.
show. It's 7:30. It's like 30 minutes late. Smith finally comes out. Everybody cheers. Brian O'Halloran and Jeff Anderson come out. Everybody cheers. Like, all right, let's start the auction. Me and Clint like, oh no. And the guy next to us said, don't worry. The last Mallrats auction was only 40 minutes. Like, okay, that's all right then.
And then you remember what Kevin said immediately after about the auction? He was like, "I'm telling you right now, the auction's going to be at least an hour long." That was literally how he started. And we were like, dude.
How long was it?
It was like 2 hours.
An hour and a half.
Shit.
It lasted from 7:30.
I could have
Until
easily
9.
made it.
That's what I was saying. You literally
You could have given me that fucking
Okay,
ticket.
okay.
I'm gonna hold that.
You're gonna hold me on that.
Okay, and then and then the woman in front of us almost gave us a heart attack.
Wait, what?
Remember you said that woman almost gave me a heart attack because she told us it was going to last until 6 a.m. in the morning?
Oh my God! There was some like lady there.
Yeah, when we're talking, we're like, all right, hopefully this will go on and probably end at most 12 o'clock. Then literally, right when we said that, this woman looked at me, what did she say? Go.
She was like, "Oh, have you never been to a Kevin Smith event before?" And Logan's like, "No." And then she's like, "Oh, the last Kevin Smith event I went to, it lasted till like 6 in the morning." And I'm just sitting here like, huh? Like, I literally, huh? I'm expecting to leave at 12 and I'm trying to go.
Okay,
Dude,
so
it's an hour drive.
that happened. And then we're like, oh my gosh, how long is this going to take? All right, so the auction starts at 7:30. Now we can talk about the auction.
Oh my God. What was the first? Oh, it was the cards. The cards.
It was the Clerks cards. There was a movie sign used in the movies that I wanted so badly. I found the video.
That would have been a good
It cost
thing to
three. It went for $350.
Okay, but that's the thing. It'd be like the things you would think were expensive would go for like little less, but they'd only be like Kevin Smith jacket, $7,000, and it'd be like
$700.
like bro, what?
Yeah, his jersey, or something.
Oh, he's black and white, and the.
No, it was just was it a Tusk jersey? I forget exactly what it was.
I remember I found it so funny because the dude spent like a lot of money on the hoodie, and then Kevin Smith gives him the hoodie and then grabs another hoodie that's just of a different size, and I was like, dude, he wasted his money, and then he bought the second hoodie again. Like he was a fiend. What eBay is going crazy.
He's a collector. He's probably a
That
fucking,
dude bought like at least 10 things.
Dude, I think wasn't he on like 12?
I thought it was
a
insanity.
single person bought 12 things.
Yes, like he was like, why?
Gavin, there was a guy who stood off to the side, not sitting in the seat.
He
Okay?
didn't get in the seat. He literally stood next to them.
That should have
and
been
was shouting out numbers.
That should have been the sign that he was going to buy a lot of shit because he literally was standing. I'm like, why is that guy standing to the side? Why is he not in the seat? There's a reason why. He bought like 10 to 12 things. He put them all on the floor next to him. So he bought. There was an award, right? Did he get the award? He sold an award that he won for Clerks. It was really just a piece of paper and a frame, and it was like an award that he won at like a Chicago.
I guess
Film
that shit went
Festival.
for 15 cents.
Pretty much. It was like, okay. And I remember this dude on the right was spending so much money that the dude who plays Randall Jeff, he points over and he's like, can somebody give him a credit check? And like, dude, I don't know why you would spend so much money on items. I don't get it.
So that guy, like people were making fun of him. Like you said, just Jeff Anderson
No, he was
randomly
hilarious.
made fun of him.
He was hilarious.
Oh, that the guy who bought the stuff?
Yes.
He made that auction worth it. That was just, we were trying to bet, like, what was it? Remember me and the kid next to you were literally trying to, oh, he's going to get that one, he's going to get that one.
You remember him and his wife had a betting war? Him and his wife were arguing for one item.
I remember that now.
Like, dude.
They're just giving Kevin Smith more money.
Yeah. Kevin Smith was like, aren't you guys a couple?
Yeah. So yeah, the one I really wanted, which I would never got anyway, was the last auction, was an uncuttable scene in his next movie. I think he even said what the scene was. I won't say what it was though. Remember he said what it was.
Okay.
It was next to him in the movie theater, right?
Okay, I might have to cut that out, but yeah.
How is that gonna spoil it?
I guess that's true. I don't have to. I won't say. I won't even bring it up.
My bad.
Yeah. What did that sell for? Was it
It was
4,000?
5,000. It was 5,000. It was 5,000.
Jesus.
5,000 something, like some specific number.
My favorite part was they sold a double pack with a Ben Affleck signed figure and a Jason and a Jason Lee signed figure, and nobody would buy it.
Dude, no, nobody. Okay, remember? And then the guy wanted it to split, right? And then he was like, "Okay, which signature do you want?" And then he chose. I forgot.
Jason Lee, right?
He chose Jason Lee. He didn't want Ben Affleck's signature. And Kevin Smith was so shocked. He was like, "Oh, okay then."
Even though Ben Affleck is
That's what I'm saying.
much larger actor.
And then you had the dude in the back who said, "I'll buy both of them for their original price." Oh.
And then Kevin Smith was like, "I bet."
My favorite part was after that, the Dante and Randall figure sold for a higher bid than Ben Affleck and Jason Lee did.
It sold by a lot too.
I guess anybody was like, we don't want them to feel bad because they're here. That's kind of what I got out of it. But then they were just like, well, Brian and Jeff are here. They're going to feel like they're worthless. And be like, of course Ben Affleck and Jason Lee are going to sell for more money. Even they could tell you that.
The weed. The weed that Kevin Smith sold.
We got to talk about that. All right.
Oh my
So
God.
what was it? He said it was like 15 strains of weed at first. They were in that Snuggins pack.
Yeah.
Then it was 20. I think it went up. Then he brought one extra at 21. And then what did you say? Like everybody just got in line?
No, he said the first, like, I guess I'm going to say 21 because you said he upped it to 21. But he said the first 21 to line up would get it. And it was just chaos. I just watched all these people get up trying to get into this line.
And I even got something, the
yeah,
signature
the
with this.
signature.
I got a pencil sketch for $10 with that has the signature on it. People had to get up too for that. And That wasn't like a hassle to get it. I got it pretty easily. That weed one, everybody just got it.
I'll never forget looking to the left, right? And I'm seeing like where the entrance was, and some guy just sprints down the lane. Like the most detailed form to get down there. And just stops.
All look like redneck weed smokers. Yeah, they just get up and that down.
I remember how he starts it. Does anyone here smoke weed? And
What?
Right?
I would have stood up immediately.
Yeah. How much did he sell them for? I can't even
I
remember.
don't remember. I think it was like 50. Was it
Bro,
$50 a strand? I
People
forget.
did not care. They just wanted it.
Like I said, I wouldn't even smoke that shit. I would have just put it in a jar and like fucking framed it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I thought it was entertaining. I just watched the
Is there anything
line.
else with the auction?
The auction, other than a few like Dante and Randall remarks that I thought were pretty funny, nothing else. Nothing else.
So then what was it? The show started.
Yeah, the
What
show
they
started.
did was they showed 2 episodes, then a Q&A with just Brian and Jeff.
Oh, I have something against that Q&A
Why?
because I got fucking blocked when I was gonna.
That was
ask
the
my
last one. That's the
question.
last
Yes.
one. Okay, so they did 2. So our one was 2 episodes.
What were you gonna ask?
I wanted to ask him if he had like an infinite budget and infinite time
Kevin
to make
Smith,
a
right?
movie. Yeah, to Kevin Smith. I was gonna say like what kind of movie he would make if he had to make a movie that was different from all his other movies.
And then the other one was Call of Duty Zombies.
Oh yeah, him being in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. He is a character in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
Who?
Kevin Smith.
Yeah, who?
No, like
Kevin Smith himself is
no,
a
like
character.
he's
in
him
Call of
as
Duty
himself.
Warfare.
Like when you beat.
I looked it up. I looked at Call of Duty
Oh,
Zombies.
yeah, so
He's
you know
in Call
how
of Duty
if you beat,
Zombies.
like Zombies in Spaceland, you get like David Hasselhoff. Kevin Smith is like the character in the horror map, and if you beat the horror
Beast in
map,
the Redwoods?
yes, you would get Kevin Smith as a
Yeah.
player.
Gavin,
Yeah.
just don't turn the volume on. Here you go.
Let me see
Just
this
don't,
shit.
just don't turn the volume on. Just watch the clip of it.
I
Just
remember
click
you
skip.
didn't know, and you were like, it was the only time I ever surprised you with a Kevin Smith.
I never knew that.
Shit.
I knew he was in Lego Batman 3.
Yeah,
He was in Lego Batman 3. I knew that with Conan O'Brien.
Listen, the crazy thing is, I have that, and I didn't even know Kevin Smith before.
I know you have the game. Yeah,
That's how you knew him, right? Because
that's how I knew him because I had unlocked him as a character, and I was playing around, and he was like Kevin Smith. And I was like, oh, it's the guy from College Zombies.
Say Kevin Smith, most people think, like, or even not with Clerks, people think, like, oh, and Daredevil for, like, 5 seconds. Nope, Call of Duty Zombies.
I was.
That just
in-
goes-
he's in the
shows
Daredevil.
our priorities.
He's in the Daredevil, the Ben Affleck Daredevil, he's in that, too.
He's in Ben Affleck. Daredevil? Really?
He plays Jack Kirby.
Really? Huh. Okay.
Well, he plays, I think, a doctor named Jack Kirby. I think that's what it was.
Oh, so okay.
Yeah, but it's not really, it's just a guy named Jack Kirby.
That's so weird.
He's in the animated Ninja Turtles, the one from 2007.
Oh, I thought you were
Oh,
gonna
the
say
best
that.
one.
I thought you were gonna say
He's
the
in that
new
too.
one.
Absolute amazing movie.
Imagine Kevin Smith was in the new
Wait,
animated
who
Ninja
did he
Turtles
play
movie.
in that?
He was, there's a part in the movie, I don't know if you remember, where there's a chef. He voiced the chef. I read a
That's
trivia
awesome. That's
where it said because Harvey Weinstein was the producer on it, that Ninja Turtles movie.
Uh-huh.
Because, nowadays that's a sign of death, but back then.
Back then it was
And
pretty-
because Kevin Smith had worked with him on Clerks and all that stuff, he had heard that Weinstein was producing that, and Kevin Smith was like, "Can I be voicing it?" And they'd already finished, and it's the only thing they can get him was just that chef part, which is like 5 seconds, because it was such a small
Hey,
part.
it's a great,
Hey,
it's a
hey.
great thing. He probably got what, like a handshake?
He probably didn't even get paid. to
That's
be
my
honest.
point. You walked in that studio. I'm a chef.
Ratatouille.
At the Dewey,
Yeah. Just literally left.
I'm trying to. All right, so in the auction, then it was the Q&A. It was a Q&A with Brian, 2 episodes Q&A with Brian and Jeff. At 2 episodes again, then the Q&A with just Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
And then the 2 Q&As, and then the one with all 3 of them, which is the one that you didn't get you got
I was
blocked.
so
on, right?
fucking mad. And it was our friend. It was our friend who took that win from me.
He
Listen,
should have
like-
moved it to you. Be like, here, take
If I,
it.
literally, if our seats were switched, the whole I was so.
Like I said, if I got the quick chance to ask a question, if I was there, I would have hit him with the hardest. Can I be in the next movie? I would have.
You might have gotten a crowd.
I would have immediately asked. Let me be in the next movie.
Just be an extra. You don't have to be on, just like in the background.
Nope.
Just
I
somehow.
don't know.
I
he
want to
was-
dab up my
You
boy
would dabble in
Randall.
acting.
Dude, he was like pretty interactive with the crowd. So
What, Randall?
You might have just like
Oh,
Kevin
Smith.
Smith.
Oh yeah, he's great with his fan base.
You might have actually gotten a pretty good response from that. I wanted to stand up so bad when the auction was like really high up and just be like $10, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't bring myself to do it. I couldn't.
$37.
37. That might have made.
He might even got.
That might have made him happy.
Or 69, according to that thing.
Every time somebody said 69, he'd be like, "Ooh, sexy number." Every time somebody would be like 369, and he would lose his shit.
What do you expect? These
sexy
Kevin's
number.
Ooh, sexy number.
Sexy number. Me and my wife do that every night. Next.
Oh, didn't they have that weird conversation about Ryan O'Halloran having to kiss Kevin Smith's wife for,
And Clerks 2, yeah.
For Clerks 2, yeah, because the Dante's original wife,
the blonde one,
yeah, that was his wife, and it's like Brian was saying that like as he was kissing his wife, he found it so weird, and Kevin Smith would be like behind the camera being like, "Keep going." So,
Was it cuck?
he was
I was just about to say,
cooking
yeah,
himself.
fucking cuckolding king.
Cuckolding king.
My favorite part was that he was like, I got to kiss his wife and Rosario Dawson all in the same gig.
Yes.
That was a pretty good gig.
Your celebrity crush.
Rosario Dawson is fine as hell. She's no Salma Hayek, but she's
Oh
up there.
yeah, I forgot. About
I told Khalid, I said, if there's another event, and if they showed like Dogma, say, because she's in that, and they got Salma Hayek to go there, I'm like, we're going. I don't care what you say.
I don't have a choice. It's
If I have work,
He's
I am
gonna-
taking off.
He's gonna kidnap us. He's gonna be like, he's gonna call our job and be like, speak, call out
No,
now.
that is the only one. That is the only one. I will drive there myself if I have
Or
to.
would force choke me into the back of his trunk.
I might be able to drive there next time. It didn't seem
Oh
like
yeah,
I
it
would
was
drive.
pretty good.
What, were you scared to drive the hour?
I just never driven that far before. I told
Oh.
Khalid, I said I
I
could
told
drive.
him- I told
I
him
told
it
Khalid,
was
I said
near you.
I could drive there. My mom's open to
I
like.
love
And I said,
driving
have you ever
long
driven that
distance.
far before? I'm like, no. He said, no. Bro, you were like, no, do not drive there. I'm driving there. Like, all right.
I love driving long distance,
Listen,
man.
if anybody came up to me and said, I'm not sure about driving long distance, or I haven't driven that far, that's like an instant red flag for me. I was like, it's either me or Gavin. We'll drive. And then you didn't get your ticket, and I was like, okay, well, then I guess I'll drive it. But it was a nice ride. One of the roads, dude, my
Peak Road.
yes. One of those roads I like. And
Is
then,
it like Route 44 where it's the 2-lane highway?
bro, there was like one where it just spread out, and it was just amazing. And
Like
I'm
a
not
6-lane highway type shit?
Yes, but I'm not talking. It wasn't like one of like those tolls. Like that's like tolls obviously have this kind of road, but it was just like you just spread out and you just drove, and it just moved, and then eventually it closed back down. I love that whole part. I was like, oh, if Gav was here, he would lose his fucking shit. He'd be 1,000 miles an hour. Look it up. Dude, following Logan's GPS was knocking hair off my head, bro.
Why? Because his GPS sucked?
I don't want to say it sucked, but it definitely wasn't the optimal GPS. I'll say that.
What does he use?
I just
I
used
think
Google
he- I think
Maps.
he's-
I should have used Waze.
Ew.
But
No,
that's
hold on.
worse.
Let me see what I use.
Because Waze tells you where all the like police are and where the accidents are.
What is this?
Don't say my address.
Well, he
No, I mean like what? This is Apple Maps.
Yeah, I was about to
Oh,
say.
Apple Maps.
Apple Maps is like, from what I've seen, Apple Maps is like peak.
Apple Maps is fucking the
I'll
GOAT
have to get-
GPS.
Yeah,
I'll have to get Apple
I-
Maps and download that right now.
Yeah, I don't know why you were using
It's default on your phone. You should already have it.
On iPhone?
Mm-hmm. I've never downloaded it. It was just there. Like if you just type in.
What did you say? Apple?
If
Wait,
we just-
Apple Maps.
Yeah.
Oh, I have Apple Maps. That's what I used.
Oh,
You said you
said
used Google Maps. This
No,
icon
I
here?
used Apple Maps. No.
This
Oh,
icon
okay.
here.
Yeah, that's the one I used. That's the one I used.
That's-
I was thinking
that
of
is the-
Google.
that-
Then I
GPS.
take back what I said.
That is best
It's
GPS.
the best GPS when you're traveling somewhere close by, not when you're far. Because that fucking turnpike.
That's what
shit
I.
that
That's
was
what I
doing was
used
horrible.
for Micro Center, and it worked fucking amazingly.
Well, Micro Center isn't that far.
Micro Center is the same distance as this shit. Micro Center is an hour and 4 minutes.
Really? Bro, that felt like.
Was it on a
30
turnpike or highways?
It's on Turnpike.
Really?
You get on the NJ Turnpike. You get off near fucking Camden, and then you get on to the Pennsylvania Turnpike, and then you go up, get off and exit highway for like 5 minutes, and then you get off on some local roads for like a minute or two.
Damn. I guess,
it's like
I guess
an-
you are really a speed racer because I did not feel any of that distance when I was driving.
Well, you do. Well, the Turnpike speed limit in New Jersey is 80, in Pennsylvania it's 85. So you can go like 90 miles an hour and not get pulled over.
You know what? Actually, it's probably because most of the time I was listening to a fucking audiobook like the first 20 minutes.
Facts. I was so
The
confused when we got in
podcast we
the
were
car,
listening
and then
to?
you took off the shit. I was like, I was listening to the audiobook of Mist.
It was good.
Of Mist?
Yeah, like-
out of all books.
like-
Stephen King's The Mist.
I'm a Stephen King fan. I've
Oh,
gone
that's
through-
Stephen King. I'm thinking of the video game Mist.
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, like the people in the convenience store and like Mist.
Convenience store.
Logan has not seen a movie? Question mark. Have you not seen The Mist?
There's a movie called The Mist.
Yeah.
There's
oh my
two!
God, Logan!
There's two movies
It's
in a
two-
show.
Yeah, there's 2 movies in a show. Logan!
Oh my
Logan!
God, Logan, and you call yourself a movie fiend.
A movie critic, and he
You said
hasn't seen The Mist.
M-I-S-T? The Mist.
Yes.
Here we go.
Logan, how have you not seen The Mist? It's like one of the best movies.
I thought we were going to say one of the better Stephen King movies.
It is.
It
Probably
is one of the better Stephen King, but it's a good movie in general in
The
terms
Mist?
of other
Alright,
movies.
I'll have to watch it. I'll
Oh
have to
my
read the book.
god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Ugh, that's
Look,
If
I've
you
always,
really losing
I've
all
always
your
wanted to see The
credit-
Shining. I've never seen it.
Wait, what? No, why would you mention that? You just dug your grave even
Listen,
worse.
Logan, listen, you don't have the right to call yourself Pop Culture Society. You physically have not seen any movies.
For the
You've
The
rewatched like
Shining
the
I
first
can-
25
The Shining
movies your
I can-
entire life.
The Shining I can understand. I've literally never heard of The Mist though until right now.
Oh my
Yes,
god! I'm triggered.
that is a
I'm triggered.
crime.
How are you gonna talk shit about Stephen King movies? Granted, a lot of them are bad. But how are you gonna talk shit about Stephen King movies and not even see?
Do you want to know a fun fact about Stephen King?
What?
He hates the original Shining,
I know.
but he loves the remake that they did on TV, which everybody hates.
I own like
What,
every.
Firestarters? Whatever the fuck that shit was?
No. They remade.
Or is that a sequel?
So Stephen King
Firestarter?
hated
No, it's a remake.
the Shining, which is a lot of people love it. It was
Yeah.
from what I've heard, The Shining when it came out was like nobody understood it, like the movie, and people just didn't really
Cryptic
get
as
what it
fuck,
was
that's
about.
why.
And it wasn't like loved until much. It like got like 5 Razzie nominations
Mhm.
too, like including Worst Picture, I think. And I think she won for the actress won for. Okay.
Alright.
The actress who. All right, just be careful. You can move it all the way.
Okay.
So the actress who played, whatever her name is, was it Shelley, who was in Popeyes? Oh, what's her name? Shelley Dubois, Shelley Duvall or something her name is, who played the main female. She hated working on it. Like she said, Stephen King was just like an asshole. Like he was just like manipulative, and like just angry all the time.
Stephen King.
No, sorry. Stanley Kubrick.
Kubrick.
Stanley
Yeah.
Kubrick. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Everybody knows Kubrick is like a
Yeah.
horrible. He would like scare people like without telling them it's happening.
Yeah.
They would hate you.
And so she hated working on it. She won a Razzie for it, I think. And the Razzies, I think, apologized for it like years and years later because they felt bad because of how much trouble she went through working on that
Mhm.
and how much hate she got. So yeah, they basically. I was gonna wait till Gavin got back, but they remade The Shining, in crap.
Are you talking about Doctor Sleep?
No, it was
Okay,
a
I was about to
'90s like television
I was
movie.
about to say because Doctor Sleep is a sequel to The Shining, and as I was
Shelley Duvall, that was her name.
as I was gonna add on, Stephen King actually took back that statement about the Shining.
He did.
After Doctor Sleep came out, he decided to like the reason he didn't like The Shining in the first place was
Was
because
this it? I
how
think this is it
different
right
it was
here.
from his novel.
It was a mini series. It looks like.
He has a lot of miniseries.
And most people don't. That's the one he prefers, I think.
Well, because it's closer to his novel. Like he literally did not like the show or the movie, the original movie, because he thought it was just like taking his novel and was kind of making it its own thing. But with Doctor Sleep,
Isn't that what people liked about it though?
no, because his original novel was really good. Like
Which is better, the movie or the novel? They're both great, right?
That's a hot take. Some people will say novel, some people will say
The
movie.
movie.
But majority of the time, Stephen King's books are like a lot better than the movies. Like,
Oh, yeah.
It's not even funny.
It-
The Boogeyman.
Was it better?
Okay,
Oh yeah.
so
The movie wasn't even that bad. It
Okay,
was alright, but the
so
book's probably better.
Here's the difference with the Boogeyman. Well, the Boogeyman is a short story.
Mm-hmm.
That's only like 20 pages long.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not a very long short story. But in the short story, the Boogeyman is like a shapeshifter who is like manipulating the protagonist, like who is going crazy. So like the therapist you've seen the Boogeyman. The therapist at the beginning of the movie was the actual Boogeyman. And
Oh, really?
He's having the dude vent his problems to him as he's listening, as the
Talking
boogeyman.
about the Boogeyman?
Yeah, the
We're
boogeyman.
talking about the
The
Boogeyman.
greatest Stephen King short story of all time.
Okay, chill, because the road virus heads north. I still think it's like fucking the one where the painting updates.
Oh, okay, I forgot about that one.
Yeah,
That's
but-
the greatest Stephen King I love.
Oh.
That shit creeped me out as you were describing it.
Dude, the fucking I was just comparing the movies and like Stephen King's written works to it, and it's just the books and
The Boogeyman
novels
fucking
and stuff
sucked as a movie. I'm sorry.
It was alright.
Well,
It's kinda
after
dull.
reading
Okay.
the fucking short
As a
story-
normal movie, it was fine, but like
I
compared,
love Stand By Me too, though.
Stand by Me is very faithful. Stand by Me is good.
I just watched that for the first time probably like 3 months ago. It's a great movie.
You know Shankshaw Redemption?
That's my favorite probably.
There was a Stephen King. One time Stephen
Shawshank
King,
Redemption is probably my top 20 favorite movies of all time.
One time Stephen King went into a convenience store
Mm-hmm.
and an old lady said his work sucked, and why couldn't he make more stuff like Shawshank Redemption?
Wow.
And he made Shawshank Redemption. So
Wait, she didn't know that he made Shawshank.
no, so she comes in there hating on him with his own work, and he's like, "I made that. What?"
All right then.
That's fucking funny.
Okay, Dad. Oh my god.
No, I mean like, Stephen King has a lot of good books. I have to say he only has like maybe 4 or 5 good movies.
Yeah.
I like the
I
first
agree.
It.
The first It.
Which
I
one do you
think I
like
like
more?
some-
Which one do you like more?
the new
Part
one.
1 or 2?
Oh, okay, I was about to say the original.
1 and 2, I thought even 2 I didn't think was that bad.
Well, which one do you like more?
Oh, 1's better.
Oh, 1 is definitely better. Bro, they beat Pennywise. Well, they did the same thing in the novel, but it was better. They literally went up to him and was like, "You're ugly," and he just fucking dies.
He just shrunk into a child or whatever the heck it was.
And then
For 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I thought
didn't-
that
That
was
movie
one.
was way too
No,
long. I saw that in
no,
the theater.
1 was when like the kids jumped him and beat him. 2, they literally walked up to him and was like, "You're a
You're
bitch,"
stupid.
and he was just
Yeah.
like, "Ah!" and he fucking died. It was so fucking stupid.
Nah, I feel like 2.
Well, in the
was-
novel though too, right? Doesn't it end with a giant turtle as the universe?
Oh well,
Is that the whole thing?
well, no, the giant turtle created the universe because
Oh,
the giant turtle.
Jesus.
It
I've heard that.
makes sense. It makes
Crack addict
does?
mentality.
if you, well, he was, he was on that. What was the fucking thing he wrote and didn't remember writing because he was like drugged up.
Well, no, I feel like, okay, while you're looking that up, I feel like It Chapter 1
Mhm.
has a better story. I feel like It Chapter 2 was scarier.
I agree with that.
Okay, that's fair.
Because I feel
Because
like...
chapter 1's not scary at all.
No. I'll never forget the first time me and Jesse were in my house watching It for the first time, both of us, after you told us to watch it. We were chilling there, and what was that one? The one Jewish one. The Jewish kid. I think
Finn
there's...
Wolfhard from Stranger Things? Or the guy from Shazam?
I don't
They
fucking
both look
remember. I
Jewish.
don't remember. But he was in... So he was in, like, the synagogue, I think. And the one painting...
Oh, I remember that,
That
now.
painting scene fucking traumatized me when I was that age,
I remember
man.
that
That
now.
shit was so scary to me. And I remember me and Jesse were like, "Oh my god!" And we were like fucking shitting ourselves over this painting that moved.
You know, the original It was
One from the 90s?
no,
Oh.
not the
That movie is
no,
a fucking joke
Well, the 90s. It was pretty scary for their time. You know, you gotta understand.
for their time.
Okay, but like.
You
It
want to
was
know?
scary
You want to
for
know
our
what was
time.
scary to them?
What
That's the fucking.
Okay. All right, chill. No, but it's Cujo. It's Cujo. He was so drugged up, he doesn't
Oh,
even
Cujo was
remember
the one?
writing Cujo, like at all.
That's the one with the dog.
Yeah. Like how do you fucking how are
My
you?
mom would
that also
never.
one
My
of his
mom
most
would never let me
popular
watch
ones?
that movie. So, but she would let me now. But when I was younger,
Who,
my
Cujo?
teacher's like, "No way, you're watching Cujo movies." Fucked me up. No way, no way, you're watching that.
Never seen it. Never read it.
You know,
I
I'm
haven't
not
either.
even surprised. I'm not even surprised for that one. But yeah, it's the one with the dog. Children of the Corn Netflix was fucking garbage.
She always tells me not to watch Silence of the Lambs, even though it's not. It's just a movie.
Silence of the Lambs is a really good movie. I feel like
Going back to Clerks, by the way, with the Clerks 2, with he does the dance, the same dance from Silence of the Lambs.
Oh.
No, I feel like Silence of the Lambs is a really good psychological horror. One of the better ones. I don't feel like it was physically scary. Same thing with like, what were we just talking about? Boogeyman. As well as what's the movie we watched the other day? Hereditary.
Hereditary.
I've heard that's
what
good.
I was
I've heard good
looking.
things
No,
about
that's
that.
my hot take. Fuck Hereditary.
Hereditary is a really
What's
good
the one that came out that everybody hated just because of the ending where it was just a simulation the whole time?
Wait, what?
There was some movie that came out, some horror movie. People were hyped for it. People got so angry because the whole twist was that it was just a kid playing a video game the whole time.
That sounds horrible.
What the heck
What?
was it? I'm looking that up.
Horrible.
I'm looking that up. I forget what that was.
The kid, it was all just
Kid
a kid.
playing video game
Horror movie.
horror movie.
Doesn't make it. Remember Missing?
I think it was a horror movie.
That was a pretty good
Missing
movie.
was like one of the only movies.
That's not even a horror movie though. That's just like a suspense.
Oh, well, yeah, that's fair. But Missing was like one of the only movies where it used like that kind of like it was told.
Maybe
from
it
a
was under
camera
misleading
that I thought
movie
was, like,
trailers.
really,
Maybe that's
really
what it
well.
was.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say that's the only one that was taken from a camera. I was gonna say
No,
there's like 8 of those fucking movies.
Yeah, but like a lot of those don't really do it. So
What's the
well.
one that has like 3 sequels? Unfriended.
Unfriended?
I never saw that.
No, you don't have to. It's shit.
It probably is. They shot that all on Zoom or something.
No,
right?
no. Yeah, no. The first Unfriended is the only good one. The first Unfriended
Okay,
is
okay.
they're on a call celebrating the anniversary of their friend's death, but their friend killed themselves because of this friend group, and they're all like doing a celebration of life in like a fucking like Discord call, all on
Wait,
video.
that's disrespectful as shit.
No, but they don't know that she killed herself because of that.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Say for
I
example,
can't
like
find it.
Jesse offed himself.
uh-huh.
And we're just sitting here doing a celebration of life, but we don't know that Jesse hated us.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
And so then after they're doing all this shit, and some one girl gets like disconnected, comes back, and like starts looking up like the video of her shooting herself because it was recorded, and then after that some random person joins, but it's the dead bitch. No camera, nothing, just a black screen. And then one by one, you see them all get fucking executed. And then the end of the movie is the girl, the main girl, the white one with the brown hair,
Okay.
crawling away from the movie. And then we see the ghost of the dead bitch. And then it cuts. And then the second one, and like there's 2 more after that, which I've never seen. But that movie was like, it was okay.
Okay.
It was too long. It was like a 2.5 hour fucking long movie.
How do you carry that kind of movie?
You don't. It was just way too long.
Mm.
But it was okay.
That's fucking Slender Man killing with face.
Pretty much the same thing.
It's fucking horrible movie.
All right, so should we go back to?
Don't open your eyes and it'll leave. 3 seconds later.
Open eyes.
So should we go back to auction? Not the Q&A real
Oh
quick.
my god, we backtracked.
We're backtracking still.
That's a good thing though.
Okay, so
Alright.
so the Q&A. We don't talk about the Q. We watched the episodes. Which what did you think of the whole show in general? Because have you ever told Gavin about it?
I thought it was pretty good. I thought
Pretty
it was pretty good. I think episode 6 was my favorite. I liked. Damn, I can't remember the events anymore, but I think it was like.
Do you know what the episodes are called? By the way,
No. Okay.
hold on. I'm gonna read you the episode titles real quick. These are literally what the episodes are called. I think I did this as a joke. Stop blowing into that.
Bro,
It's like you're sucking off a water bottle.
that's exactly what he's doing. What do you mean like he's sucking off a water bottle? That is disturbing my ears.
That was masturbating the water bottle.
Well, I guess.
Is this a roll of film?
What the heck is that? Just don't touch it. It's probably my parents. I don't know what it is. I don't know what that is. Okay. These are what the episodes are titled, Clyde. Ready?
Okay.
First episode.
Hit me.
Leonardo returns and Dante has an important decision to make.
Okay.
Episode 2.
Oh, there was one episode?
There were
Yeah.
6. I'm reading the titles. Episode 2 was called The Clip Show, wherein Dante and Randall are locked in the freezer and remember some of the greatest moments in their lives.
Okay, that's literally what happens in the episode.
Episode 3 is called Leonardo is caught in the grip of an outbreak of Randall's imagination and Patrick Swayze either does not or doesn't work in the new pet store.
That's the one where he had to admit he's gay to save the
Yeah.
world from getting nuked.
What?
Gavin would have liked this show. It's so
What?
weird.
What?
This show is much weirder than it's like a complete 180.
Dude, I have a hard time believing it's canon, but Kevin Smith literally.
I don't think it
says
is canon.
No, because he said it happens in between Clerks 2 and 3, right?
No. He said if they do a new one, it would be between 2 and 3.
Oh, okay.
Episode 4. A desertion. Oh, Jesus, this one's long. A desertion of the American justice system by people who have never been inside a courtroom, let alone know anything about the law, but have seen way too many legal thrillers. These are the titles of the episodes.
It's fucking that's oh, that's the anime episode where the Japanese or was it the Koreans?
Whatever it was.
Whatever was animated.
Episode 5. Dante and Randall and Jay and Silent Bob and a bunch of new characters and Lando take part in a whole bunch of movie parodies. Because that was one with the Bad News Bears.
Oh, okay.
Temple of Doom and Last Starfighter.
The Temple Doom one was
the last one. The last episode ever. That's what it was called.
Ever?
That's what they called it.
That's how you know they're not making no more fucking animated shit.
The story behind how the show was made to tell you that.
Talking about making new ones.
Possibly making new ones, we'll see.
And the Clerks musical.
I would have dropped the series.
When he said that, when he talked about the Clerks musical, I was like...
I honestly think musicals is my least favorite movie genre.
Really?
You think so?
It might be a hot
When
take.
he said that, I thought he was joking.
Like
Everybody's laughing at him. He was like, no, wait, you're serious. Like, remember when he said Clerks musical? Everybody thought it was funny. And everybody just kind of just stopped and was like, wait, he's being serious. He's actually talking about making this.
even the two actors? Or did they know?
I don't.
Yeah, I think he said no. Okay, back to the thing though. So the first Q&A with Dante and Randall, Brian and Jeff, I got to ask a question and they answered. I have it on video if you want to see it after.
But what did you ask? Just say what you asked.
So in this show, you won't know this unless you've seen the show, but in the second episode, they make fun of clip shows. So like they do a clip show, and you know like clip shows they'll do after like the whole show's over, and they'll just flash back to a bunch of clips.
Episode.
Like Friends has done it. Like I remember there's an episode of Friends where during the wedding when they're getting ready for Ross or Rachel's wedding, they just show like they weave the old clips from the show into the story. Like they just remember back to like when they said this or said that. So the whole joke was that they did it in the second episode. So like they could only remember up until the events of then.
The first episode, yeah.
And then they kept on flashing back to the same events because they couldn't remember anything else. That was the whole joke.
It was like a play on
yeah.
On the genre.
So I asked because I had never even seen these episodes, but I had heard people say like Rick and Morty and Community had did like something very similar, like making fun of clip shows. So my question was, with Rick and Morty and Community now doing like making fun of clip shows, I said, did you feel like proud like that you kind of start because I don't really remember beforehand like any shows making fun of clip shows.
Well, when did
2000, the year 2000.
That's when the animated series came out.
Yeah. And so I asked him that, and he says, well, there had been clip shows. Brian was like, well, there had been clip shows, but I'm like, no, but I'm making fun of clip shows. And he's like, yeah, it was, and he kind of answered that. My favorite question, because it made me feel so cringe, because I just cringed so hard.
Oh my god. Was that the
Where I also got to interject, but didn't ask a question. This one woman, I forget what the name was, the guy.
I can see on your face this is gonna be bad.
No, it wasn't. It was
just cringy just watching it happen.
She asked somebody, like she asked him.
Okay, she had said this. I think this was the question. Because Kevin Smith was in a documentary called The Last Blockbuster. We talked about the last Blockbuster store in existence.
The one in Oregon?
Yeah, he's in it very briefly. They interview him. So she said, "This guy I think this was the guy's name. Darren Hayes. I think this. Wait, was that the guy? I'm looking it up.
I thought his last name. I know his last name started with an H, but I don't know if it was. But
let's just say it was this guy. I think it was this guy, Darren. Let me look at the filmography real quick.
She was with his daughter
in a poster. And he was in the last. Here's how I'll figure it out. Go look up Last Blockbuster. Let me see if this was the guy. Yeah, this is the guy. Okay. So her question was, so how do you feel about Darren Hayes? And so apparently he's the lead songwriter of Savage Garden.
Well, no, she introduced him as a musician.
Yeah, he's the lead singer and co-songwriter of the duo Savage Garden. And she said, so how do you feel about him? Because you had worked with him. And he's like, what? Like, he didn't know who it was. And she's like, yeah, he was in the last Blockbuster. And Kevin Smith's like, I only got interviewed for that. Like, I wasn't with him. And I shot for like a day. So, like, I don't even know who that is because I wasn't with him. And then she was like, well, also he's on a poster that in the lobby with your daughter Harley. And that really confused. Like, what are you talking? And we couldn't figure. It was like just like because she kept on like trying to talk, and he didn't know who it was. So it was like Jesus. So I opened my phone. I looked up the guy, and I found out he was in a movie that Kevin had produced called Wrong Reasons, which comes out I think later this year, with two of the two people who made it are like his business partners or something who work with him to get his events up and stuff. So I raised my hand, not that, but he's like, just go. I'm like, I actually want to interject. He was in a movie you're producing coming out called Wrong Reasons. And then it was like, oh, that's probably what it's from then. So I had to stop it. Like, I was, like, it just kept on going. I'm like, I gotta stop this.
He sped past it, but, like, it went on for a while.
Oh my gosh.
Like,
It was painful to watch. It was painful.
She was like, Darren Hayes?
It was painful to watch.
Darren Hayes? Who? It was like, oh my god. It was like, just stop. Like, move on.
It was so painful
He
to watch.
doesn't know who Darren Hayes is.
So I got to ask one question to them, Brian and Jeff, and I got to interject for a second. What?
I can just imagine the embarrassment.
It was.
Bro, she must have had the worst of it.
So then he talked
He's
about
like, I don't know who that is.
I would have just fucking left.
So then he talked about his events coming up, and then they ended, right? Right in the middle. You stayed there for when at the ending, right? When I waited in line.
Oh, yeah.
So because you were originally going to get a VIP picture, right? But your paycheck wasn't coming in until the end of that week.
Yeah.
And you wanted to wait, and then literally 2 days after I told you to get it, and you got it, they sold out, so you would not be able to win any way possible. So you're glad I told you. And that $37 is worth it, by the way, because as you can see, as we've been saying, it started at 7. It did not end until 2 a.m.
No, wait.
No.
You got home
like
at
1:50.
4.
Yeah.
You got home at 4.
So, and then at 2, I got in line and waited. I got a picture with Kevin, Brian, and Jeff. Kevin is the nicest guy, as I've said many times before. He's just so great with his fans. Like, he just interacts with them a bunch and stuff, and he was all he hugged me. I didn't even hug him. He leaned in for a hug from me. So, I did not expect that. And then Brian and Jeff were nice, too. I meant to interject to Kevin that my dad used to deliver to his comic book store, and he was friends with with Kevin's manager. I meant to say that. It was my dad.
Sometimes forget that your
My
dad
dad
does books.
used to deliver to the Secret Stash. His FedEx truck is in the background of an episode of his show Comic Book Men. I have a picture of that exact shot. And my dad was friendly with someone who worked there. Carol, I think it was Hammond, I think her name is. And I had found out she was Kevin's money manager or something. And he was very friendly with her when he was there. So I meant to ask Kevin, I've been telling him, oh yeah, my dad he was very friendly with somebody you knew and somebody you work with, but I didn't get to because it just went by, rapid. And then I came out, and I showed you the picture. Did you see the picture?
Of?
Me with the 3 of them, or no?
No.
I'll just show you real quick. See, then we left, me and you left, right? What did we leave at? Probably 2:30 probably? Probably we did. I'm going to have to guess. 2:30.
AM?
Also, this was the
Yeah,
guy
yeah.
who bought all that. Because they sent me a pack of pictures with everybody's picture who got a VIP, and this is the guy and his wife who bought all that stuff.
Try hard.
Jesus Christ. He looks like a fucking,
I hope one
Whoa, Kevin Smith is a lot skinnier than he used to be.
Yeah, I
that's
said
what
that to
we're saying.
Khalid.
Jesus Christ.
Are you looking at that picture, or are you going to what? No,
I didn't scroll. I'm still on this picture.
scroll
Let me see
scroll
what-
to find
Let
mine.
me
You'll
see
see
what
them.
Kevin Smith looks like in that.
Kevin Smith and Randall swapped BMIs. What the fuck happened?
Oh.
He looks like a goddamn cancer patient.
Hey, hold on.
Who?
now. He's talking
Kevin
about
Smith. He looks like he's going through chemo or something because he has long veiny neck and hands oh, that's tough. But nah, bro, he lost so much.
I
weight.
told Khalid that when he was in line still. I know. I texted my dad because you saw him with the jacket over over the shirt. When he came out to talk to us at first, he just wore his shirt.
Mhm.
So literally, you could see it was really his it was he looked
Ribcage?
yeah, he looked really skinny.
Jeez.
Well, not rib cage, but it was just a flat chest.
Mm.
You could just tell. Good for him. He had a heart attack.
Yeah.
4 years. That's probably a big reason why.
Is that why he made Clerks 3 with heart attacks?
Yeah. He had a heart attack like 2018? 5 years ago.
Glad he's okay.
So we took the picture, me and you left. Oh, I took the picture, then me and you left. We went home, it was 4 o'clock. I was like, Jesus Christ, I gotta wake up at 8 a.m. tomorrow just to go to work at 10. I got like less than 3 hours of sleep, and you got...
Weak shit.
I didn't sleep. Logan.
You didn't
Weak
sleep at
shit.
all,
You
that's
think
right.
3 hours is not enough?
Started fucking.
I'm going off maybe about 5 minutes
Dude,
right
I
now,
wanted to
man.
call out so bad, but I
You
was
should've.
just like, I had to.
You
No, 'cause
should've.
It was like, bro,
You should have.
All right. Stop trying to fucking gaslight me.
No. I'm gonna keep doing it.
That's crazy.
One of these days, I'm gonna.
So we got...
you. It's a
Hey,
college
bro,
job. It don't fucking matter.
Me, you, and Gavin will go on that dogma
Not when
event,
you
bro.
enjoy it.
Should I get Gavin to go?
Wait, what?
Were we just talking about trying to go to that dogma event in November? Gavin's gonna buy your ticket.
Oh.
We'll think about it.
He's not.
We'll think about
I'm
it.
buying the fucking thing.
Gavin's gonna buy it. You get your picture then. Valentine Randall won't be there though. Probably.
He'll be dead.
Kevin will definitely be there though. That's the only.
I will kill him.
Maybe he'll get like,
Huh?
bro. What if he got like, bro? What if he got Chris Rock to go there though, bro?
Yeah?
Yeah. That I would get a picture then.
Bro, if Chris Rock is
I would
in this
smack the fuck out of him.
I was just about to say.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Alright.
Okay.
Bro,
Okay.
you just get like a line of people stand up and all walk with him.
Get a hold on.
I would wear the same
Did
blue
you guys
suit
watch that
with a
Netflix
black
special?
I did watch the
I want
Netflix
to watch it.
special.
I haven't seen
You
it
haven't
yet.
seen it?
No.
Chris
Dude,
Rock?
I've seen clips of it.
He got emotional on that.
He did.
Yeah, like he
But
got
the
really.
Netflix special about him getting smacked?
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that came out like 2 or 3 months ago.
No, so
He made a whole Netflix special about him.
Dude, no, it was a comedy show.
It was his comedy
and he came
show.
out like, and it was his revenge to Will Smith. Like he started cursing this motherfucker out on the fucking.
That's what he always does. You ever see him?
No,
on-
but I'm saying like he got emotional. Like he was mad.
Oh.
Like.
Well, yeah, because he
was-
fucked up
yes,
both of their careers.
He was fucking mad, and everybody ended the thing with like he won. He literally waited, didn't say anything about it, released a comedy show, and fucking grilled.
I
him,
love
and
that.
everybody
I
was
love that
like,
he did that
won.
though. I love that he did it. They're like, yeah, I'm gonna be silent for you. Come to comedy shows. Bless that motherfucker.
Fuck. And he got a
Jesus
bag for it.
Christ.
Like he grilled him, and bro, yeah, he got out with that.
Christ.
Fucking Chris Rock.
I want to watch that now.
You should watch it. It's pretty good.
All right
Yeah.
then. The show, I think we're good.
Yeah,
Watch whatever.
that was the end of the show.
Now the fun part.
we're-
Now the fun
All
part.
right, so
we're
I
an
can't-
hour and
okay.
17 minutes into the
So, bro, we
Okay.
can go on for these hot takes as long as we want to, bro. I mean, I could just keep on going. So have you
okay.
ever been on TikTok to start this? You ever see those two guys who just go back and forth about hot takes about comic book movies?
Yeah.
That's where I got this from. Some of those guys
No.
have some of the worst takes of all. Like that's why I thought of this.
Are you talking about Trash Taste?
No.
No, there's a
Or are you talking about
podcast-
the two Asian guys?
No. There's these two guys on TikTok who just started showing up now, where they just give themselves. It's from a podcast. They're from the podcast. They just list off hot takes about comic book movies and just superhero stuff. Where they're just like, well, it was like,
Show me what they look like. Maybe I'll recognize it. I
Oh,
thought
yeah,
you were
you're
talking
the-
about. There's these two
you know,
guys who talk about a
one
lot
guy's
of
got the
conspiracy.
cap, and if you always look in the comments, the cap guy's wrong.
Really?
No,
Yeah.
I see these two Asian guys.
They did one they did one on Ninja Turtles, the new Ninja Turtles. One of them thought it looked terrible, the other thought it looked great, which we'll probably get into.
Fuck Ninja Turtles.
Listen, I might be the
Fuck
same
that
people,
movie.
but I remember I saw something where it was two guys, where they talked a lot about like true crime and horror shit. But like one of my favorite things from them is they start out the episode. Did you know about the one airport? And like every time they start fucking like TikTok,
Kevin, these two guys.
every time they start a TikTok, they
These two guys.
start out going, "Did you know?" And like
The
the most
escape pod.
emphatic fucking voice ever.
He's only
I've
got-
never seen these
Okay,
people in my
okay.
life.
Well,
Okay.
I've seen it. The one guy's got a Spider-Man onesie on all the time, and it cracks me up. There's this one dude just sitting there, just
I've
with a
never
Spider-Man
seen those
onesie on. I'm like, that guy's getting no bitches.
Yeah?
That's funny.
But I've also
What do you
never had a
call it?
girlfriend, so I should probably never say that. Because I have no idea.
Oh.
Okay. So, I'm going to give you guys... I mean, we can keep on talking while we do this. Or you just want to stop it for now?
How about this? We each write down one hot take, and then we each go round by round talking about that one hot take.
I'm going to give you guys...
I got,
So I'm giving everybody a notepad just for people listening. We're going to write down a hot take that we have.
A single
And we're
one?
going to debate this thing
Like just a single one?
Yeah.
Just about anything. Should we stick to a certain
Teacher,
topic?
Teacher, I
Like
need a
Marvel or
writing utensil.
DC or just movies or just anything? Just
Whatever the fuck you want. Video games, movies, books,
because each
shows.
episode we should do it on something different, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Well,
All right.
okay,
So
but if
Marvel, what are we doing?
All right. Are we doing Marvel?
We're gonna do Marvel.
All right.
Marvel against DC. I got one for that.
Wait for this video
Wait,
game
Marvel
episode,
against
Khalid.
DC.
All right, we'll just stick with Marvel for now.
Nah, let's just do
okay.
straight Marvel. Let's just do straight
Straight
Marvel.
Marvel?
But like I said, wait for this video game shit.
Listen, I'm not gonna get heated. I'm not gonna let myself get heated on that fucking video game.
I'm
shit.
bringing it up.
No. Okay, bring it up. That's gonna be your one topic, and I'm not gonna give you any reaction. I'm just gonna be straight. I don't care.
Okay, until I start gaslighting you into this shit.
And then I'm gonna fight you. And then we're gonna.
We
fight.
gotta get Paul on
Paul.
just to do
Paul?
Eternals. Just to do Eternals.
I'm gonna fucking kill Paul for Eternals.
This motherfucker thinks Eternals is the greatest Marvel movie.
Right?
I'm
Like
gonna get him
how?
He has
Oh
a
my
podcast.
God. Oh my
You want me to
God.
plug his podcast? I'll plug it on here. Paul,
Don't give
Don't give him
the
any
satis-
recognition.
Don't
with
give
his-
him the
his
satisfaction.
terrible
I'm
fucking
not-
takes.
He can come on himself and plug his podcast. Said, then we'll get him then.
Fucking. Okay, I gotta do
Cheese
Marvel.
over.
I'm trying to-
no.
I'm about to hurt you. I'm about to hurt you, Logan. I heard you. I heard you.
I need a pencil.
Just borrow mine when I'm done, right?
Yeah.
So what? We're just writing down a single hot take, and then we're gonna discuss those hot takes.
I guess so. I guess it makes it easier too, because if we had a bunch, then it would like. It
We'll be going for like 2 hours,
Facts. I'm trying to find a hot take that I never said before.
right?
Like one I don't.
We just limit it to MCU or also like beyond
MCU.
that,
I don't
Deadpool
fucking know.
or-
I don't know comics. So MCU.
I mean, technically, Deadpool is a part of the MCU now.
Deadpool is a part of the.
Oh, I also don't know Netflix shit other than Daredevil.
That's fine if you know.
I've never seen Netflix. I think I've watched the first few episodes of Daredevil, and I liked it. I just never got into the rest of it.
Let me get a list of Marvel movies real quick.
I mean, everybody's got the same opinion about Dark World. If that's a hot take. If
No,
somebody
Jesse
loves Dark
fucking
World,
loves Dark World.
So do
You get him
I.
on here.
So do I.
What?
Oh my! Oh my god!
That's your
I've
hot-
said
Gavin,
it
that's your hot
before.
take, that's your hot take.
No, that's not my hot take because I've said this to them before. I know me and Jesse bonded over that shit.
I'm gonna hurt you. Across the Spider-Verse counts
Hot take.
as a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Because-
Donald Glover's in it.
Yeah, I guess that counts.
Oh shit! I forgot that like anything that's MCU, it like X-Men counts as a fucking Marvel.
That's my hot take.
I still won't
That's my
count-
hot take.
Wait, what did you say counts?
Like X-Men.
Wait, no, I don't know.
What
if
do you
that's a
guys
hot
think
take.
about the Incredible Hulk?
Like the original Incredible.
No, the Incredible Hulk with Edward Norton.
Like from like 1990?
No, from
No, like-
2008.
like
it was
the-
the second ever MCU
Like the
movie.
the one right after.
Yeah,
Iron Man.
that's the original. When
No.
he fights Abomination?
No.
No, that's not the original.
no,
There's one with
there's-
that Ang Lee directed with.
There's the one before that.
that's
Are you
horrible.
talking about the one where he's like
Where
a
he fight-
scientist?
the one where he
and
fights
then
the
he-
Abomination
This one,
is
2008. This was the one.
Yeah, that's the one I'm talking
That's
about.
That's not the
That's not
original.
This is the second MCU.
that was the second Hulk movie. That was the first MCU Hulk movie, but it was the second Hulk movie. What do you think about that movie, though?
I have not seen that movie in like a
Oh,
solid
I
6
remember that
years.
movie.
The only I
Oh,
know
actually,
I
you know,
remember a lot
Because
about
my
that
hot
movie.
take
That might
was
be
gonna be
so.
because most people hate that movie.
I love that
My
movie.
hot take was gonna be it's actually kind of underrated.
That movie
It is underrated.
That movie is underrated.
Okay, so that's not a hot take between the three of us then.
First good take from
That's not
Logan.
even what I wrote.
All
down.
right, the first good Logan take.
Nah, okay, this might
No,
I don't
what
know
a-
if this is a
no,
hot
don't
take
talk
or
about
not.
me. Talk about Paul.
I don't know if this is a
Oh,
hot take
oh,
or
okay.
not, but like I genuinely despise X-Men movies.
I don't blame you.
What
I
about
don't know-
Logan?
I don't
Did
know-
you watch
Days
Logan?
of Future Past is
Yeah.
amazing.
Logan
but-
was really fucking good.
Oh, okay.
Every other X-Men movie I think is
What about the
subpar.
Wolverine?
No.
What about the Wolverine?
Gavin, Days of Future Past is literally one of the best superhero movies.
The only X-Men movie I like
Logan is great.
is X-Men Extinction.
No. X-Men Apocalypse?
Yes. That and Logan are the only
Oh my
X-Men
gosh.
movies
Oh, I
I
remember seeing
somewhat
that movie in
enjoy.
the theater and I wanted to leave. Oh my gosh.
Bro's about to vomit.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if
Not
I'm
as bad as
remembering
Dark
it
Phoenix.
cor- I
though.
don't know-
Dark Phoenix is bad.
Listen, but I have not seen a single fucking X-Men movie.
Did you ever see Apocalypse?
Yes.
What'd you think?
I fucking hated it. I hated
Thank
it.
you.
I fucking hated it.
Listen, I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna take that back because I don't know if I'm remembering it correctly. Other than Logan, which is a really good movie, I
That's
really
an
like that
amazing
movie. I have not seen an X-Men movie since like 2016.
This might
That
be
was
a hot take,
Apocalypse.
but the
Yeah, I haven't
Wolverine.
seen-
Like, does anybody
I never
remember?
actually saw it.
Dude, I watched the Wolverine like 4 times.
Like the 2010 fucking Wolverine.
2013.
I was supposed to see that in the theater, and then I had a massive meltdown.
You know the scene where he like
Before that movie-
takes the nuke, like the nuke blows up.
Oh, that movie?
That's the Wolverine.
Okay,
Yes,
that movie's pretty good. What the?
I was supposed to see that in the theater, and my mom was very not wanting me to see it. I don't know why.
Because it's fucking rated R, maybe.
No, that was PG-13.
Okay, well, how old
Logan
were
was
you when
the
that
only
shit came out? 7.
8 or 9.
Exactly.
And
That's exactly why you were.
And
fucking...
I had a temper tantrum probably weeks before I came out because with my autism at the time, I had very Stop twirling that in there. I can hear it through the headphones.
My fault.
And yeah, and after that temperature, she'd be like, "No way, you're seeing that movie." I'm like, all right. So I didn't. I've still never seen it. I tried to watch Origins. I made like 20 minutes in. I'm like, yeah, no.
Oh, I know my hot take.
I don't know what I'm gonna say for my hot take.
Days of Future Past is amazing though. That movie is great.
Oh, I know my hot take. I was gonna say The Amazing Spider-Man 2 because
Do you like it?
I do like The Amazing Spider-Man 2. But, I have an even worse hot take. So,
Okay.
that's what I'm picking.
Paul thinks Amazing Spider-Man 2 is the greatest Spider-Man movie.
It's not the greatest Spider-Man
Okay,
movie.
all right.
I just think it's not.
What do you
people
think is the
hate
greatest Spider-Man?
the greatest Spider-Man movie? This is also another hot take because I think the Spider-Man 3.
I was just about to say.
Spider-Man
I think
3
it's either
is not that bad.
I'm gonna say I would think it's either Spider-Man 3.
Wait, you're saying the
or
worst Spider-Man movie?
Best.
You're saying Spider-Man 3 is the best Spider-Man movie?
I think
Yes.
Spider-Man 3 is the best Spider-Man movie.
Logan.
No.
Nobody
Like, no,
has
like
that-
we are on the under. Like we are on the.
Nobody
we're the-
has that opinion.
We're the,
I know,
we're the hated,
but like,
we're
let me
minority.
guess. He's gonna say No Way Home.
Spider-Man 3? No, probably either.
If
Probably
you say Spider-Man 2,
2.
oh my God! Shut the fuck up. Nobody remembers Spider-Man 2. I don't care.
I've
Bro.
rewatched the 3 movies before No Way Home came
Oh my
out.
God, I was
I
gonna
was
call
gonna,
Jesse.
I was
call
gonna
Jesse.
say either my favorite. Call him because he's gonna have a hot take about Spider-Man. I know.
See if we can hear him.
I
Alright,
know.
we'll
My hot take about Spider-Man.
Just tell him we're on the podcast
Is
and
I
say anything he
think-
doesn't want anybody to hear.
I think Homecoming is the greatest out of the newer trilogy.
I probably agree with that.
I think Homecoming is the
Far
best
From Home
out of
is
the
easily
Tom
the
Holland
worst.
trilogy.
Bro, No Way Home.
No Way Home is second.
Okay, Jesse, we're doing the podcast, so be careful whatever you don't want like to be heard. But we're at the hot take section, and we're discussing Marvel movies, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So, we're trying to figure out what's the best Spider-Man movie. Me and Gav said Spider-Man 3. Logan said Spider-Man 2. And then Gav decides to say that out of the newer Spider-Man movies, Homecoming is the best one. And then No Way Home was second.
Homecoming.
I agree with Gavin. No Way Home might be a little bit higher.
Jesse, help me, bro.
Far From Home is easily the worst.
No, I thought that was your favorite, Gavin. You're gonna let Logan say that?
Give it away a little bit because it's just ecstatic with it.
Bro, I've never said Far From Home is my favorite.
No, he said that was his...
Yes, you have.
This is my friend. This is our friend
No,
Jesse, by the way.
Khalid's agreeing with me here.
I don't remember that, but you know what? You do have a history of saying shit and forgetting, so...
No, I've never said Far From Home was my favorite.
No, I distinctly remember. We talked about it like playing Apex one time.
Nah.
Like, it had just come out, and we were just like talking about our favorite Spider-Man movie, and you say like, "Y'all, honestly, I feel like far." Oh no, I'm mixing it up. No, because you said Mysterio was your favorite villain. That's why I associated it with your favorite
I can
movie.
see that.
Okay, yeah. That's
Wait,
what I
what?
remember saying that. I remember
The
saying
villain
that.
part.
I remember saying Mysterio was a
I don't
goated
think
villain.
so, but he's up there.
But like, I've never said Far From Home is my favorite Spider-Man out of the new trilogy. Homecoming is my favorite Spider-Man out of the new trilogy.
Look, I hated Ant-Man 3, but Kang was one of my probably one of the best MCU villains. That's why I
I've
agree.
never
didn't
seen
hate-
Quantumania.
I didn't hate Ant-Man 3. I didn't
Jesse,
think it
you
was
hated The
all
Flash.
bad.
Shut up.
I didn't hate
No, he
The
didn't hate
Flash.
The Flash.
I think you said he hated it.
No.
I hated the graphics.
Oh yeah, the graphs from the effects are bad.
No, I even.
I
said
thought
the
it was
plot
still
wasn't
miles
that
better than
bad.
Ant-Man
It's
3
just
though.
that
Ant-Man 3 is bad. I saw that movie and I left the theater and I was like, why? Like that was literally the first thing. Like, Kang was great. That was about it. Like,
until
MODOK had some of the you were saying the effects in Flash were bad, bro. MODOK, I literally sat there. I turned to my dad. I was like, "There's no way that is real. Like, there is no way they actually
okay,
did that."
but he didn't look like a PS2 game. Like,
Nah, he looked
on-
pretty bad, bro.
on
He looked
Vita.
pretty bad. He looked pretty bad.
On Vita. Wait, a PS2 game on Vita?
Yeah.
Okay.
That looked bad. I'm
Bro,
sorry,
it
dude.
didn't have the Nintendo 3DS graphics.
I also didn't think that the effects in The Flash were that bad when it played in motion. Like, it happened so fast at the end that it didn't bother me. Like, with
So
the
do you
cameos.
just not remember the scene where he caught all the babies?
No, that's bad. I agree with you on that.
I
That is bad. That is
Putting
bad.
a baby in
That
the
is
goddamn
bad.
microwave.
But everybody's complaining about the ending with all the cameos. Yes, it doesn't look good, but it happens so fast that it didn't bother me.
I can agree with you on that one.
But yeah, the babies were bad. I saw it twice. The second time, the babies really bothered me. I'm like, that looks bad.
You've seen The Flash twice already? The shit
Yes.
came out like a month ago.
And it was going to
Did
be.
it come
It's
out?
already out of theaters. So
It's out of theaters.
It's out
That's
of
how
theaters.
long ago that shit fucking came out.
no,
Wow.
Gavin, it
What's
came
out
out
of
2 weeks
theaters
ago.
Oh yeah,
June
it
16th.
flopped. It flopped.
It flopped, so they took it out.
Flopped.
Really?
Yeah, it was like worse than Black Adam. Like, yeah, it was
Really?
It was
Yeah.
terrible in the box office.
I think.
And people were hyping the
yes,
fuck out of
people
this
were
movie.
hyping the fuck out of this movie.
That's why I didn't
God
trust it.
damn.
That's why I didn't trust
I
it.
thought it was great, but that's my opinion. People's issues with
Motherfuckers
it.
were really
so,
saying
people's-
greatest
greatest movie.
The issues
Superhero
people
movie.
have with it, though, I understand. Like, if somebody had issues with it, I get it. Like, Indiana Jones 5 sucked ass, though. That movie was.
I haven't seen it.
I didn't see it, so...
You didn't hate it? Oh my gosh.
No, I didn't see it.
Oh, okay. I saw it with Paul, Tristan, no, not Gavin. Adam.
I was about to say, I didn't fucking go to the movie.
Adam. I saw it with Paul, Tristan, Adam, and Sean. It was basically a pop culture kid movie reunion, and I
Let me
didn't realize
guess.
that.
Paul
until
likes
afterwards.
the movie.
All of them liked it besides me.
I had wanted to see it, but I also
Nostalgia
hadn't,
trip.
like,
All right.
I barely remembered the rest of the movie, so I
Jesse,
figured there'd be no point.
The last 30 minutes made me angry. It was. I don't want to spoil, but here's all you need to know. If people don't want to hear this, but it's not that big.
Well, I'm getting spoiled.
Time travel is involved.
Yeah, they time travel in the fucking Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
Wait,
Time
what?
travel is
That
involved.
makes no damn sense.
Yeah, Jesse, the first hour I actually was enjoying. I was like, this is fun. I'm like, it's a fun Indiana Jones movie. It's not great though. The second hour I was like, this is it's so boring and tedious. The last 30 minutes I was just like, fuck you. Like
It's a
the
2.5
last
hour long
wait,
movie.
the last 30 minutes is like it was holding the middle finger to you. Like the last time travel's involved. The way it ends is
What's the
just
name of the
stupid. Oh my gosh.
Logan, what's the title for the movie?
Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny.
Dial of
Yeah,
Destiny.
Yeah. That's
that
bombing
sounds
too, by
like
the
some
way.
time
Yeah,
travel
that does
shit.
sound like some time travel.
Like I told people, I was like, you thought Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was stupid where they had aliens. I'm like, you ain't seen nothing yet when you see the last 30 minutes of this movie.
Yo, I don't know why.
What did they
You
time
just said the
travel
word crystal. Y'all remember the Dark Crystal movie from like
The 80s? I've never seen it.
Oh,
that
the
movie
Muppet
is
movie?
fucking creepy.
The puppet one, right?
It's
the puppet one.
it's supposed to be a kids movie. That shit is scary. Okay, like it.
Yeah, because the puppets were fucking wild.
It's the same guy who did the Muppets movies.
Jim Henson?
Mm-hmm. And
Yeah.
he worked on this movie, and he did a lot of the puppet work for it. But like, it's so unrefined. It's bad. And now they have an animated series on it on Netflix.
It's not animated. It's literally another. It's like a puppet series. Like it's literally
I
like
thought
the
it was
same.
animated.
And it's not animated. I've seen the first episode.
Okay.
Of the new one?
Mm-hmm.
The Dark Crystal?
Wait, they made a.
They did a new one
they
right,
made
on
another new
Netflix,
one?
yeah.
Yeah.
I got canceled after one season. Yeah, I think it was actually practical effects, but it was like CG, like they had CGI to enhance like the eyes and the mouth, I think it was.
Fucking hell, man. They gotta technologize everything now. Like anytime they're like, oh, let's remake an
so
older movie
quickly from
for the old
Spider-Man.
people, but throw in new shit.
That's literally.
Jesse, this whole podcast
Yeah,
just us
Jesse,
going back and
you'll
forth.
see
just
the
talking about-
first episode whenever.
Gavin, Jesse, this podcast is literally called BS with the Boys.
It's just the boy.
All right, Jesse.
Better than my phone bit.
Jesse, I think we're gonna
Yeah.
wrap this up with the actual hot takes.
You want to hear the hot takes?
Yeah. go
Okay,
ahead.
who wants to go first?
You go first, because we all know what
You
the
already know
fuck
what
you're
mine
about
is.
to say.
Okay.
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi? Okay. Are you ready for my hot take?
I'm ready for your fucking hot take.
Although I think the movie is decent, I won't say it's
You wrote a
bad.
fucking essay.
Shang-Chi is overrated and is near the bottom list of the MCU for me.
Okay, that's a pretty hot take.
That is, I know it's a hot take. I know people.
It's a very
Jesse,
hot take.
before that movie came out, everybody was raving about it. And I went in so excited because I heard all these things about like all the martial arts and stuff and the martial arts is awesome. The first act of that movie, I think, is legitimately really, really good. Once that movie gets into the whole father-son thing, and when they go to
That's the best part. That's
right?
the best part.
That's the best part of the fucking movie.
that
Bro
whole
said,
thing.
bro said, oh, the
I
climax of
like
the
the
movie?
idea.
Dude.
I like the idea of the father-son story. It just felt so half-baked and just like, they
Bro,
were.
did you see that dragon fight up
high
here?
quality.
That's what I'm saying. He did
I
not watch
usually-
the end of the movie.
I saw the movie twice in theaters because I thought the second time I would like it more since I had already seen it and I could watch it like I like it more, and I actually liked it slightly less the second time. I do not know what it was, man. And the third act of that movie has an issue I have with. It's not just that movie though; it's most Marvel movies, where it's like like Black Widow. I had this issue too. The whole
Black
third
Widow
act
was
of
a
Black
shit
Widow.
movie.
They're just all falling out of the sky, and they're just flying around, and they like just all just falling down from the sky.
They throw in too many effects.
that was like one of my favorite parts. Of
I
the
thought that
movie.
was when the movie got bad. It's Black Widow.
When they were falling down and
The
whole
first-
place was going
The
down.
first two acts of Black
That's
Widow
one of
are
the
pretty
better
good.
parts.
That's
I thought that was so cool.
I disagree.
See, I have a thing for like when people are falling out of the air mid-fight. type
I'm
shit.
fine with that, but it's just like every
But, like-
Marvel movie does that. Like it's all like not. There's
I mean, it's like it's in a lot of movies, but not every
now it's getting to a- it's like-
movie.
all right. I don't know that. Like I know a lot of people love it. There's parts of that movie that I love. Like there's the fight scenes in that movie are great. Like the whole bus fight and like the whole fight on the side. Like all
I
that
thought you
stuff's
was talking
great.
about Black Widow for a second.
No,
I
no,
was
no, no.
like, Take that
I'm talking about
shit
Shang. I'm talking about Shang-Chi.
He said,
Shang-Chi.
"Take that shit
Like,
back."
like
So do
the
you
fight
like
scenes in
Black
that
Widow
movie are
better than
great.
Shang-Chi?
Wait, what?
I said, do you like Black Widow better than Shang-Chi then, Logan?
Logan, watch your
Oh,
fucking mouth.
watch
Logan.
what
okay.
you
Logan,
say.
watch your
Okay.
fucking mouth.
All right. I probably like Shang-Chi more considering I saw.
Okay,
I used to say probably just slightly more Black Widow, but I thought about it. I've seen Shang-Chi more and I've seen Black Widow, so that should say that I like Shang-Chi more. That I was willing to see it a second time.
You just saved your life.
You saved your
Okay.
fucking life.
I know.
Now, I already know most of your hot takes, Gavin and Khalid, but I wanted to see what you wanted
No,
to say.
our whole thing was
the
we
whole
have
thing
to
was
get
we have
one.
to get
to
something
get
we've
one that
never
we've never said before.
Oh, really?
Yes.
All right, who's going first?
Okay.
I'll go
Khalid.
next. I'll go next because I don't want to be flaming. Outside of a certain scene, I thought X-Men Origins was a good movie.
X-Men Origins?
I've never seen the whole
X-Men
thing.
Origins.
I got
Never
like
seen
20
it.
minutes in, I turned it off.
Like I've said, I've never seen any
Oh,
X-Men
my
movies.
God.
Which one's Origins? God.
That's the
That's
one.
the one with Deadpool and the laser eyes at the end of the fucking movie.
Oh, like the very first one? No, not the first one, but...
The first Wolverine movie they did, where it was he had his mouth so Deadpool his mouth sewn shut. He got the laser eyes.
That one. Yeah, that's right.
Listen,
But I barely remember
I have
that
no
movie.
input on that.
Jesse, there was one that I thought would be a hot take that we all agreed on. The Incredible Hulk is kind of underrated.
Well, obviously.
Okay.
Yes, sir, yes,
we
sir.
thought that would be a hot take, but we all agreed on it. So
No, I completely agree. That movie is so underrated.
and then of course, I said The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was a good movie.
I
and
flamed
Logan
you
got
on that
fucking
one.
mad at me.
that movie,
Okay. Okay. Actually, I want to hear what Logan has to say about it. So.
Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Yeah.
I think I saw it twice in the theater when it came out. I think later on. That whole movie is just like, all right, let's set up a the whole third act of that movie is like, all right, let's just set up a Sinister Six movie. It's just like, it focused too much on setting up other characters and just like this universe that they wanted to make without telling a good story. I think the Gwen Stacy scene at the end is great. That's a really good scene. That whole movie though, Jamie Foxx in that movie, oh my gosh. They redeemed him in No Way Home because him in Amazing 2 is like the whole Spider-Man fan thing.
Now
like,
this might be a hot
was-
take. I think Amazing
Yeah.
Spider-Man 2 Electro is better than No Way Home Electro.
No. Oh,
I think
God.
design-wise...
Design-wise,
Design-wise... Oh, no, go ahead.
I don't think he's bad as they say he is in Amazing 2 as design, but I don't think it's great.
I'm
Yeah.
not talking design. I'm just talking overall.
He really didn't have much of design in No Way Home though. He just had electricity out of his hands and just the one part he's got like just.
That's my point.
You know
he
what?
was he was so downgraded for No Way Home. Like this motherfucker was moving at like light speed, causing
guess I
lightning
gotta-
bolts all over the place. And now in No Way Home, he just zap, 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 arc reactor, boom. And now
You know what? I think I might actually have to burn in hell with this dude over here, but I think I actually agree. I think I prefer
Gav?
Electro in Amazing Spider-Man 2 than I do in No Way Home.
All right, I'll take.
Well,
that.
I actually no. I was gonna say I actually understand what Gavin's saying. That's
Like he got such a downgrade for No Way Home.
well, they had to nerf all the villains for Tom's ass in order to fight him.
Well, you know, actually, why was I worried about spoilers?
Actually, I wanted to say this too, but I was so scared. But I also feel like that Green Goblin kind of got a buff.
Oh, easily.
Oh,
And
yeah.
what?
Oh, yeah.
Green Goblin got a buff for No Way Home.
Like the actor got buff?
No, like
the
the actual character
like,
itself
they
was a
buffed
lot
Green
stronger.
Goblin
for No
was
Way Home.
stronger in No Way Home than he was in
The
fucking
trilogy.
Yeah.
Yes, bro. He
I
was
agree
getting his
with that.
ass beat in the fucking trilogy.
Yeah.
Well, it also- that
beat him to a pulp and then put the
Yeah, but I'm
line
saying
up
he
to
was
his-
not slamming motherfuckers to apartment complexes.
Yeah, okay. I agree with you on that. I
Yeah,
agree
well,
with you on
okay, it could also just be a fucking power difference between the two Spider-Man.
That could also be true.
I
Okay,
don't-
but still, he was not hitting.
Also-
you gotta realize he slammed my man
Jesse,
so hard that he went down.
Gavin
the
said
floor.
that Spider-Man 3 is the best Spider-Man movie. Right?
And I agree.
Exactly.
Thank
yes,
you!
sir. Yes,
Thank
sir.
you!
Yes, sir.
Thank
No.
W opinion, Jesse.
Logan,
Here's the
Logan,
thing.
we've talked about this.
I think Spider-Man 3 is decent. It's not like anywhere near as bad as people say it is. I think Amazing 2 is much worse.
Fuck you.
That being said, I think the first 2 acts of Spider-Man 3, although not great, are solid. And then when he becomes emo Spider-Man, the whole movie just falls apart.
I don't know about that one, bro. Because you got Bully McGuire, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Bully
Bully McGuire. Go on.
Bro, he was literally the Rizzlance.
As a as a meme, yes, I like it, but in the context of the movie, nah, man. I'm sorry.
No, it's funny.
Sam
my whole
Raimi-
family would agree
Jesse,
with you.
Sam Raimi himself hates Spider-Man 3.
Well, that's his own damn fault. I don't know.
He made the movie,
And
Jesse.
it hated. That's what I'm saying. Like, how did bro create Peek and to decide that it wasn't good enough?
All right, Gav, your hot take. I need to hear it.
Also, though, Jesse, just so you know, Paul thinks that Eternals is the best MCU
Oh, we
movie.
know he knows.
I know
We're
about that. And
we're
that's actually
saying-
the worst take.
That's the worst take.
I think Eternals isn't even. It's still near the bottom of my MCU list. I would still
It's
say.
literally my least favorite MCU movie.
Literally.
I would
the
still say
worst
Thor: Dark
MCU.
World's worse.
I was about to say,
What?
don't say that, but
I
then
would still
saw
say
it for a
Thor: The
second,
Dark
and I was
World's
like,
worse.
What could be worse?
No, I like Thor: The Dark
Oh
World.
my gosh,
That's my
no!
Thor: Dark World is a good movie.
No, it's
No,
not.
it's not.
Damn it,
All right, whose hot take was next?
It's Gav.
We're
My
gonna
turn.
keep it on the
Now,
phone.
I don't know if it's a hot take or not, because I feel like it's very mainstream.
We're talking about movies.
But, like, I feel like Avengers, overall comics and everything, is so much better than X-Men.
That's not a hot
That's
take.
not a hot take? Okay.
That's not a
Because
hot
I
take.
was gonna say, 'cause
What'd you say again?
He said the Avengers are just better than the X-Men.
I'm not talking strength, I'm talking writing.
In comic
Writing?
book terms, that may be a hot take, but in movie terms, no.
Because,
the
like,
X-Men, the X-Men.
I've
The
never
X-Men
seen
were
a.
more
I
popular
have
than the
never,
Avengers
other
film
than
recently.
Logan, I don't think I've ever seen an X-Men movie all the way through.
Days of Future Past is like peak, dude. Come on.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. Days of Future Past, wasn't that the one where they introduced Quicksilver into?
Yeah, and then they do time travel?
Yeah,
That movie's
yeah,
peak.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. That was good.
Never fucking seen it.
Bro, how are you
That's
gonna hate on the
That's
X-Men
like one of the
without
first like
seeing them?
multiverse
Alright,
time
now
travel
I'm trying to think of a new
superhero
hot take. I mean, the easiest hot take I could say, which Khalid I think has heard, is fuck my shoe. I don't know, man. I was ready to get my ass beat for that, but no.
Yo, that's a W. That's a W take. Rare W.
I don't really have a lot of Marvel hot takes.
Yeah, see, that was my thing with trying to find something, and then I was like, you know what? I actually like X-Men Origins. Everybody hates X-Men.
Alright, thinking when it could be a hot take with movies. I'm thinking of MCU movies. People are kind of. Alright, TV shows. What
I am
MCU
back.
TV shows do you like?
Apologies.
I don't like Miss Marvel.
You don't like Miss Marvel? I think Miss Marvel's really good. So
I
I
hate
thought it was
it.
okay.
I liked Miss Marvel.
Okay, you know what? If we're doing this, I think
You hated Moon Knight,
I think
right?
Moon Knight is the worst.
I think
fucking
Moon Knight's one of the better ones.
piece of fiction I've ever seen in my fucking
Moon
life.
Knight's one
Moon
of the
Knight is
better
worse
ones.
than
Moon Knight was
Eternals
one of the
for
better ones.
Yo,
That's low.
me. I fucking hate Moon Knight.
Bro, it's got some of the best. It has some of the best CGI for the shows though.
Bro, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. The show
We all
was
know that
horrible.
Loki was #1 though.
Loki was amazing.
Loki's
the
okay.
best.
Here's my hot take.
Oh, I'm about to punch Logan.
Loki is great the first 5 episodes.
Oh my god.
Episode 3, a little bit weird, but I still think it's great overall.
How many episodes is
Episode 6 of Loki.
His least favorite episode was the last episode.
Episode 6 of episode 6 of Loki. The
That's
whole
fucking
the whole
funny.
Kang thing is fucking stupid. The whole I mean, yes, I get it. It's another multiverse Kang. Just the whole him trying to act all just like just goofy and stuff. I was just like,
Says the person who literally knew nothing
also,
about
come
Kang.
on, you cannot defend the 2 Lokis kissing each other.
Logan, are you saying that people aren't allowed to love themselves?
Themselves from another universe.
Yeah, are you saying they're not allowed to just love themselves? Like, what?
No,
Wait,
the
I
fact
don't know what
that
you're
you
talking
are
about.
basically
Not with
making
that
out with
sexual
yourself.
You remember the girl Loki and the boy Loki? They're the same people,
They're the same person.
just different universes, and they kiss.
You don't find that to be weird?
No. That's the same thing as
I
saying
actually
if
kinda
you
get Logan on
found
that.
a girl version of you in the multiverse,
Yeah.
you wouldn't beat that up.
No, I wouldn't.
No.
No, thank you, Jesse.
Alright, I
That's
guess it's
weird.
just, I guess it's just me and Gav.
Okay.
Fighting
Yeah,
to protect.
because at the end of the day, it's just you.
Yeah.
With
It is you, exactly.
It's the
Thank you,
same-
Jesse.
It's you from a different fucking universe who's lived a different life. You might as well be a different person.
Clint, that's
Okay,
like you
but how
saying
do you
that
know
you would
it's
make
like-
out with your sister.
What?
It's
I
not.
wouldn't say it's that. I wouldn't say it's like that.
Okay, then.
I still
I'm just
wouldn't-
trying to think of something that could be.
I grew up with
comparable
my
to-
sister. I didn't grow up with alternate
Exactly.
dimension
I didn't grow up with a whole nother me who lived a different life. Hell, Jesse could be dating somebody who was literally him from another universe, and he wouldn't even know because of how different they are.
until they see
Well, what if
it.
they weren't different? That's the thing.
Well, then you don't date them. That's the difference.
Oh my gosh. Oh, did we ever get to Gav's hot take? I don't think I heard it.
No,
No, you gotta think of one.
Like I said, I don't-
Me and
don't
Clint
really-
will just keep on talking until I think
He
of
said
one.
Avengers and X-Men were. He said Avengers were better than the X-Men, and I was just
Yeah,
like,
that's
yeah,
not
that's
hot
valid.
take.
What?
I was gonna say I don't have a lot of Marvel hot takes. I feel like there's only like 3 I have,
And you couldn't think. All right, well,
which is like
we can try to expand it if
the
we can
only
try to
really-
expand it if you can't think of one, like just go a little bit further.
The only couple Marvel hot takes I have is I like Dark World.
Yeah, exactly.
Um,
I'm with you. Come on, Jimmy.
I mean, like,
What happens in Dark World?
Thank you.
Like, literally, what happens in Dark World? Tell me.
Oh, what are you talking about? The whole dark.
No, shut the fuck up, Jesse. I'm not asking you. I'm asking the person
Thor: The
who
Dark
said
World
Dark
is so
World was
bad
good.
that
What
they literally
happened?
had to go back in Endgame just to justify its existence.
What happened in Dark World, Gav? Tell me. What part of that movie was so significant?
it's a good movie. What are you talking about?
Okay then. Okay then. Okay
Bro,
then.
what are you talking about? Thor's
Jesse-
mom dying?
Jesse,
bro?
I swear to God.
Bro, the whole thing where Loki and them tricked the dudes, and then Loki faked his death again. That shit hit different when you saw he was still alive at the end.
Okay, you're like the one person on the planet who actually remembers what happens in that movie.
It's a good movie.
No, it's not.
That's both of your fucking hot takes.
Jesse, do you have another hot take?
I'm sure I do. I just have to think about it.
Facts.
Okay, let me think. I don't know. I feel like a lot of my takes are pretty basic. Captain Marvel is also pretty down low on the
I agree
in
with
terms
that.
No,
of
Captain Marvel.
movies.
That's my hot take then. I liked the Captain Marvel movie.
All right,
You
go with that
like
then, go with that
Captain
then, go with that
Marvel?
then. I don't think it's bad. It's all right, but I'm going with you. Then.
I enjoyed the Captain Marvel movie.
Gav enjoyed the Captain Marvel movie. That's actually one I've never heard before. I did not know that.
Listen, the thing with
No,
it,
I've said
I
that
would have
before.
enjoyed the movie if she actually went through character development.
That was my whole thing.
Bro, right?
I've said that before, Khalid.
Her whole character is just like, I'm better than everyone, and
Yeah, literally, I'm just a better
I got
person. I'm
str-
just better.
And look, I'm all for feminism in movies, but like just the whole thing of her just being like, I'm better than anyone. That whole scene where it was her with the biker, and she just like pushed him off. I'm like, just like, what are we doing?
Me
Like,
and Jesse had this conversation the other day because me and Jesse both like to write, and plan stories and stuff. We were saying to make a good female character, you just make a character.
like, that's what I said too. Like, I don't get the whole thing where it's just like, okay, make them powerful and strong.
Right?
You don't
like,
have to make
every
them act like a
character.
woman.
Every character in some way should go through. That doesn't make them a bad character or dehumanizes them in any way. It actually makes them more human, making them go through
Right.
issues and challenges
Literally.
and struggles, and not just making them, oh, I'm strong at everything, I'm better than everybody else. To me,
fucking
that
bad.
seems more like you're showing off, and that you're just acting like you're better than everybody else instead of actually,
Don't forget,
going
it
through
got
Well, I
your
just
so
thought of
bad
a
that
really
Brie
good
Larson
movie
herself
hot
was really
take, not
gassing up her own
a
character.
not a Marvel hot take.
Bro,
I'm
like,
gonna save that.
bro, for fuck's sake, it's just like, if your character's personality has to focus on like if you're gonna make a female character, then just make a fucking character who happens to be female. That's
I think
all
Won-
you
I
don't,
think
you don't have to focus
I think
on
the
the fact
first
that they're
Wonder
female.
Woman did it well, because that was a movie
Hell yeah.
where she went to. You say hell yeah?
Yeah, he said that. Yeah.
Are you
Because
talking
that was
about
a
Wonder
movie-
Woman, like Wonder
the
Woman
first
1984?
No,
The
fuck
first-
night,
but-
bro. Oh my
That
god.
is what possibly the worst.
The
comic movie I've
second
ever
Wonder
seen.
Woman movie was so fucking. If
That
you say
movie's
you
so
like
bad.
it, I'm sliding you.
I've never seen it.
Okay,
I've
good.
never
Thank
seen it.
God.
I've never seen
Okay,
it.
okay.
That movie's bad. that.
Oh god.
Although recently I think DC's been doing
I
some
just
stuff
thought
that's
of, I thought
rivaling
of another
Marvel.
DC hot take.
Wonder
I have.
Woman 84 is still worse than any MCU movie ever. Wonder Woman 1984 is hot shit. The movie is awful.
That movie is hot.
I have a- I wanna say this
exactly
so
what has DC
bad.
done that rivals Marvel.
DC, I think the Batman is possibly better than any of the MCU movies.
Oh
Sorry.
my god! No, it's not.
It's such a
Yes, it
mediocre
is.
movie.
That movie is amazing.
It's fucking mid,
It's
Logan.
so fucking mid.
It is a mediocre Batman movie. It is just an okay
And-
Batman movie.
What,
Listen,
bro? It
I
literally
remember-
brought to
I
the
re-
forefront.
Logan. I remember before we saw that movie, how like everyone in our grade was saying like they saw it, and everyone liked it except for Ash, right?
I remember that. I remember that.
And I'm thinking like, damn, bro, like why is she so harsh? Like people were saying this movie's really fucking good. And I see it and I realized like, damn, she's like the only one who had fucking eyes. Like the movie, people were gassing that shit up like it's the greatest like cinematic masterpiece that came out. And it's literally just a Batman movie.
It's literally,
That's all I saw.
bro. It's not better than the Dark Knight trilogy. It's,
I think it's better than Dark Knight.
it is
That's what
the
I think.
same fucking. It is literally the same fucking.
only-
I disagree because
Okay, nah,
the Batman does something that no other Batman movie has done, and that it focused a lot. Well, yes, the other Batman movies may have a few things that focus on the detective parts. That was a full-blown Seven detective movie. Like that was what I loved about it. Was that it felt like a neo-noir Batman detective movie, and because one of the things that a lot of Batman movies forget is that, well, yes, he fights crime. He's also a detective. So one of the things I loved about it was that it felt like a neo-noir detective movie that also had
They
Batman
also
and had the
forgot
action.
that Batman's the world's greatest detective, and he wouldn't have slipped up the way he did in that movie.
That was the whole point. It was his second year on the job. They even tell you that. It's year 2. Like, he was still a
only-
newbie.
Rabbit thing! Thank you for remembering that! Oh my god! Logan, these two never remembered that. They thought it was like his second month as Batman. I told him it's been 2 years.
What?
Like, I am sorry, but like, no one else seems to remember that. I'm so glad you did.
Okay,
So-
listen. Let me say my hot take about the Batman movie. I think the only thing.
That was the whole point of the ending, too, real quick. Was that, like, him with the child. Him rising to the child. That was him realizing, like, okay, this is what I want to do and not be two different people. Because the whole movie, his whole issue is that Batman felt like who he was trying to be, and Bruce Wayne was the shadow. That was the whole point. So the whole ending where he puts the child up, and him lifting the child up, whatever it was, on the riser to the helicopter because the child was injured. That was him realizing, okay, now I got to be this person. I'm somebody who people can look up to. That was the whole point of the movie. It was him growing.
Okay, but that's just Batman, Logan. Like, Batman is quite literally the whole thing that Batman is who he really is, not Bruce Wayne. And I wouldn't have a problem with it if his Bruce Wayne was a good Bruce Wayne.
His Bruce
His
Wayne
Bruce
was
Wayne's
off. I'll
ass.
give you that. His Bruce Wayne was a little off.
That's another hot take I got then, because I liked Bruce Wayne in the Batman.
I think his Bruce Wayne worked a lot more on my second viewing, because knowing who he is as Batman, because it felt like he was trying to hide himself. But there's parts where, like, his eyeliner, I thought was weird. That whole thing was weird.
No, because it was he was trying to hide his eyes in the fucking suit.
Yo, did Gavin ever say his hot take about the Batman movie?
No.
Say it.
What's
Say
your hot
it.
take about the
Say it.
I think the Batman has my favorite Batmobile.
I didn't even hear what
I'll
he
give
said.
you
Can you
that.
say it again?
I'll give
He
you
said
that.
he said the Batman has his favorite Batmobile.
89's classic.
I don't think that's a hot take.
Yeah, like see,
89
like there's
89
nostalgic
probably my favorite.
Batmobiles.
I
Like,
actually did like the Batmobile in
Yeah,
that
like
movie,
I
too.
did
really like the gritty, like thrown together in a garage type shit.
I
instead of it
don't
being
like the
high-tech.
Dark Knight one, where it's just like
So
the
fucking
roller.
futuristic.
Oh,
Yeah.
you mean the best Batmobile? That's crazy.
89's just classic. Like that whole sleek, just like with the down and the circle in the middle. That would probably be mine. Batman Returns sucks. That's another one.
I'm not even gonna,
You never seen that?
I'm just not even gonna get in this Batman Returns debate.
You like it?
I'm not even gonna talk about it.
Why?
Batman Returns is the one with the Penguin and Catwoman, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that movie. I really like that movie.
I watched Batman 89 and Returns before The Flash came out. I had seen 89 before, I didn't remember anything about it, but I'd never seen Returns. 89 I liked, it was a little cheesy, but I liked it. Returns I just thought was just... Catwoman's great in it. Penguin, Danny DeVito, he was a great choice to play him. He did good with what he was given. But like that whole movie... That whole movie with the whole thing with the penguins and rockets strapped to penguins' backs... I don't like that movie at all. I mean, there's parts of it that are alright, but that was just a slog. I disagree with people on that one, too.
Alright, now let me say my DC hot take before we move on.
Okay,
We're not going to elaborate on this at all.
Okay.
I didn't like Aquaman.
I'll accept that.
I don't think that's a hot take.
I liked it, but
No,
I'll accept somebody like
I
it.
physically could not watch that fucking movie.
Alright, I disagree with that. I don't think even if it's not great, it's watchable.
I think the actor did a shit job playing Aquaman. He looks a lot
He's
like
one
Aquaman.
of the best parts.
He looks a lot like Aquaman. He just didn't do a fucking good job of doing Aquaman. And then I don't know whoever the fuck played his brother was
His brother was
fucking dumbass.
He really played that up like he was in Dragon Ball Z, just him yelling, just like oh. And it was
Wait, what
fucking
movie are we talking
shitty
about now?
job. Aquaman.
Gavin's hot take was that he hated Aquaman, and we're like, that's not too hot of a take.
I hate that.
I
movie.
like that
No,
movie.
No, he didn't say he hated it. He
I'm
said it
also-
was not watchable.
I'm also biased because I saw it like a week before it came out, and I got to see. I told people I liked it a lot, but then I saw Shazam the next year. I'm like, okay, that Shazam is way better than Aquaman.
I got
was.
something for
Shazam 2
The next
sucks
fucking
ass.
one.
Shazam 2 I liked. Nowhere near as good as the first one. but I
Shazam
liked it.
2 is horrendous.
Shazam 1 is great.
Shazam 1 is a good
I
fucking
was just gonna ask, like, what were your thoughts on the second one?
I liked it, and Paul hated it. Paul.
I think it
Hated
was too
it.
childish.
I
The first
didn't
one was
hate it.
too.
Yes, but like the first one was like Black Adam type shit, where it's like, oh okay, I'm gonna be a little like dramatic, but I'm still a kids movie. The second one was just full on yippee motherfucker. Like it was too much.
Yeah, the first one had a few scenes that even like it was more family friendly, like him like biting the head off or whatever, throw him out of the window. Like there were parts where they were kind of creepy, but the second one, yeah, was a lot more goofy. I'll give you that.
It was too fucking goofy compared to the first one.
I had an issue with the first one too, where it's just like, so as Shazam he acts all goofy, but as a child he's all dramatic. The second one especially.
Hormones.
That kid, that was like an extended cameo for him in the second one. The kid who played Billy Batson, he was in there for like 5 minutes at most. I remember watching the credits. He's one of the first people listed. I'm like, no way, that kid should be up there that high. They second billed the other 3 kids, the Mary, the little girl, and Pedro. They were in it more than he was.
Yeah, that's fair.
I gotta watch the movie again though. I've only seen it once.
Alright. We're coming to the second hour mark.
Okay. Hey, however long you want to go.
So
5-hour podcast.
Chill,
It's not that
chill,
long.
chill.
It's not that long.
Well, we obviously have to cut a lot of shit out.
I think it's.
You think so?
I don't think a lot of.
I don't think I would.
But this is probably going to end up being like an hour and a half.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I don't think we'll have to cut that much out. Barely anything, really.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that was said here that was.
Too much.
But
That's my one fear, saying some fucked up shit.
Well, if you ever say some fucked up shit, just remember it and just be like, cut it out.
I'll write it down. Too.
But I think it should be wrapped up.
You think so right now? Okay.
I'm fucking hungry too.
Gone through everything? Alright. It's an hour and 15
How do you
minutes, so we're
wrap
good.
it up?
I have no idea how to wrap this up.
Alright, so next week we'll probably be back, right? Talking about me, well, at least me, you, and Gavin.
Yeah.
Jesse wants to join. I don't know, but from the phone.
Now, what we could do is instead of doing an in-person thing like this, we could pull up to like a Skype call, some shit like
Discord?
that, where we video ourselves. Okay, not video. We just record our audio.
If we have to, right? If we could do it here, we should do it here. But if like we had to,
I'm only
do it
saying because
somewhere
like imagine having. I feel like it would be really cool to have Jesse on the whole episode.
I can just pull him up on here too, and I could try to figure out a way to record the computer audio with the.
It's a Mac,
microphone.
so he could call the Mac number.
Yeah, that's true. All right, I'll have to figure that out.
All right.
I'll call my mom or something. Like, just call somebody else and try it with that and see how it works.
Okay.
Something to do with Jesse.
All right, so how do you end BS with the boys?
To end this week on Bullshit with the Boys, it's been Logan Floyd
Gavin.
Khalid.
and a special guest, or who could be on
You're
regularly.
being pointed at.
Your big boy said Jesse.
Yay!
All
Say
right,
your
that's-
name.
I gotta say it myself.
Yes, just say it.
Oh, Jesse.
All right. So Logan, Gavin, Khalid, and Jesse this week. Have a great week, everybody.